I'm very confused, though.
Welcome to Bear Lake High School football. Ready to kick off the 2024 season here from St. Anthony, Idaho. This is Jared Hillier.
And this is Lisa Hillier. Sorry, I'm out of practice. Can you tell?
And this is Nate Matthews.
And we're ready for something. If you listen to our morning show this morning.
We're ready for something.
This has been a bunch of malarkey here, and it's nobody's fault except for power.
For Mother Nature is at it again.
Yeah, there was a major power outage, and there's still a bunch of power lines down. Somehow they pulled off a miracle, got power back at the football field just a few minutes ago. We were about 5 minutes from what we thought was going to be a 6:30 kickoff, and the power came back on, so they decided to push the game back to the 7 o'clock start that it was originally scheduled for. We hope we have power and are going to be on the air for the entire game, but we'll see.
Oh.
And first football game of the year, and it's already been an adventure.
That was the shortest hour of my lifetime, and also the longest.
I
don't know.
Yeah, we were here for about 2 hours. Nate was trying to do some setup, learn the new system, get everything hooked up. And just before 6:30, we realized that we didn't have enough battery power to do an entire football game. So we were ready to go on the air audio only, and then everything came back on. They delayed the game, and so here we are.
Just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here. So, yeah, Bear Lake area, we've been having some power outages, but no, I mean power outages. We were driving into what looked like
a tornado almost.
Tornado, really. It was a massive dust storm looking something kind of a squall. And anyway, we got up here and there was no power. And then Jared went down to find out what was going on. We found out there were 80 to 100 power poles down. In the surrounding areas. They're saying out on Highway 33. All throughout Fremont and Madison County, we're getting reports. People are texting in. I've seen on Facebook as well. Power lines are down everywhere. So how they've got power here on the football field, we have no idea.
Yeah, they set a generator up on the opposite side of the home field to try to get the scoreboards working, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the power came back on. We had half the equipment put away. We got it scrambled to set back up, and we are on the air, so here we go.
And it's beautiful here. For any of you who are wondering, right now, you can see it on the screen, but right now, right where we are, knock on every wood wall that's surrounding us, the weather's beautiful right here, right now.
Right. Hope it stays that way. So let's talk about this new era of Bear Lake High School football for a lot of reasons. A lot of the familiar faces from the last couple of years are off on missions in college, aren't here, and that also includes the coach, the head coach, Ryan Messerly. After last season was over, he resigned, and they moved to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, Coach, I hope you're watching and sitting on the beach somewhere. And so we have a new head coach and a lot of new faces out there. Head coach Houston Reynolds taking over the head coaching responsibilities. His first year as the play caller in Bear Lake, Dr. Houston Reynolds. And he is going to be the head coach. His background, if you don't know, he played college football at BYU. And this is his first head coaching job. A lot of the other faces on the staff are going to be familiar to you. Nate Withreach is back. Cameron Crane is back, so on. Their coaches are Nate Anderson, Mason Garbett, Nate Withreach, Cameron Crane, Chris Clausing, Colin Mon, Jaden Crane, Eric Baumsta, and Pat Johnson as the coaching staff for the Bear Lake Bears this year. The starting quarterback is going to be a sophomore. Number 11, Jack Hume, taking over the quarterbacking duties after Rhett Lloyd graduated at the end of the last school year. So a sophomore in control. The one constant from last year you're going to see a lot of is Caden Anderson. He was one of the main wide receivers out there last year. He's back. Trayson Thornton, we called his name quite a bit last year. He's also back. Other than that, you got a lot of brand new faces on the offense and defense side of the balls as far as the varsity goes. So we'll get you the names as the game goes on, but ready for some football. The other new era of Bear Lake High School sports is that we're in a new division. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
We're in a new division. So because the Bear Lake High School is growing, we passed the 350 student mark, and that 350 students meant we were going to move up a division and rejoin 3A. And so back to the division we were in up until 2014, where American Falls, Snake River, Marsh Valley, and Bear Lake now make up our division. Well, another thing happened about the same time. They decided to realign the entire state. And so we are now 4A, along with those other 3 teams that didn't change that. We're not playing, we didn't jump 2 divisions, and they just decided to put us up 2. We only jumped up 1 division, but on paper it looks like 2 because we were 2A last year. We're 4A this year. They got rid of the 1A Division 1, 1A Division 2, and just made those 1A, 2A. Then what was 2A is now 3A, what was 3A is 4A, and so on. And then what was 5A is now 6A. They created 6A. Lisa, you didn't knock on enough wood.
Yeah, we did not knock on enough wood. As
it is now raining.
I didn't say rain. I said power. This
is a fever dream.
I want to clarify. I said power stay on, not keep the rain away.
All right. So anyway, back to what we were talking about.
You can't have it all, people. You can't have it all.
We're back in 4A. Is what the moral of the story is, and Snake River, American Falls, and Marsh Valley. And we're not even playing any of those other teams for various reasons. The number one reason being they didn't have room in their schedules because they lost Bear Lake, but they added Wendell and Declo in their division so that Wendell and Declo now play, taking our place, and so there just was not room in the schedule for us to play Soda, Malad, Westside, those schools. So it's going to be a very new year. We're going to see a lot of new schools, not a lot of new faces. Start off the year tonight here at South Fremont. We do have one familiar foe on the schedule, North Fremont, and Bear Lake will travel up to Ashton. Hope everything goes better in Ashton next week than it's gone here in St. Anthony tonight. And then Salmon comes to town for the first home game. Snake River, first division game, conference game, is at home on September 13th. Then we travel up to Jackson Hole. We played them a few times. It has been a couple of years, but we played Jackson in the past. Rich County comes to town on September 27th for homecoming. Then we finish up the season at American Falls and then home to Marsh Valley on October 18th. So that's the schedule with the new division, new conference. And
now it's going to hail.
Yeah, it's not just a little bit of rain. We're trying to get the camera protected down there so you're seeing the inside of a jacket right now rather than the field because it's coming down hard. Glad we're inside for this. Anyway, tonight throughout the conference.
Oh.
Okay, now we can see. Snake River is playing Homedale. And that one's at Homedale. And then American Falls, we passed their bus on our way up here because they are at Soda Springs. Marsh Valley starts their season next week. Snake River starts tough schedule. They start with Homedale, then Sugar, Kimberly, then they come to Bear Lake. They play these same South Fremont Cougars. They have Teton, Marsh Valley, American Falls, and they finish their season out of conference with Preston. And then looking at Marsh Valley's schedule, they also start their season with South Fremont. They host these same South Fremont Cougars next week. And then let's see, does American Falls play South Fremont? That would be kind of funny if all of us played South Fremont. Yes.
Yeah, they did last year.
They do. So South Fremont plays every game in our conference. Coming into this game, just to recap of last year, Bear Lake Bears had a 500 season. I think we went 4-4 before heading to state. And South Fremont, on the other hand, went 1-7 on the year. Their only win last year was against Bonneville's JV. They lost all 7 other games. However, we don't expect that to be a repeat.
Well, and truthfully, that team gained a lot of experience in the last year. They became a better team, obviously. A lot of things have changed for South Fremont. I'm sure a lot of these players have gained a ton of experience, and they'll be a better team this year for sure. Every team goes through their growing pains, and I think they'll learn from their lumps and probably have a better season this year. That's typically how it goes. You live and you learn. So I imagine this team is much better than what you would think. So I would just say don't get too confident. Obviously, even though records, the record doesn't look good, that doesn't necessarily represent this team or who they are. So keep that in mind.
Bear Lake, we already said, and this is true to any high school, because we already talked about Bear Lake, brand new coaching staff. A lot of the key players from last year's team graduated and are gone. Almost everybody that was a key to that state championship team 2 years ago is gone. So Bear Lake is a very different team. And if the JV game's any indication, then South Fremont has rebuilt very well. In the JV game, the final score was the South Fremont Huskies 42 and Bear Lake Bears 8 in the JV game that wrapped up. That was an interesting challenge, and to tell you what it would have been like if they wouldn't have got the power back on. No scoreboard whatsoever. You had to look at the down markers to see, yards to go, which isn't a big deal. People do that a lot anyway. But no clock. The clock was kept by the referee. He had the clock on his watch, and he would yell out how much time was remaining. And as it got down towards the end of the game where it was just a couple minutes left, not very much time, and Bear Lake was trying to score, he was, yelling out 30 seconds, 40 seconds, whatever. Very interesting way to play football, especially, when it comes down to the end of the game in an intense situation like it was. So very good news is the power is still back on. The rain has stopped. The Bear Lake Bears are down in the end zone to our left. That is the south end zone. And they are doing their last pregame pep talk. The South Fremont Huskies coming out of the shed they have down there in the north end zone. They're headed out to the field as well. We got about 5 minutes before kickoff in this new era of Bear Lake football. It's going to be interesting. Bear Lake Bears dressed all in white tonight. White road uniforms, white pants, and South Fremont all in black. Black uniforms, black pants with red numerals on them and black helmets even. So it's going to be the contrast, black versus white. It'll be pretty easy to tell which team is which on the field tonight as we're almost ready for Bear Lake football. We'll take a break. We'll come back in 2 minutes. We'll have the national anthem, I'm sure, coming up, and Bear Lake football on the air to start off the 2024 season right after this.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wade, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Live on the way, SVI 4 and the SVI Sports Network. This is Bear Lake High School Sports and the Rocky Mountain Yeti Countdown to kickoff.
Versus Bear Lake of the 2024 season. They're ready to take the field. The captain, they take the field for Bear Lake, number 11. Out there is the quarterback, Jack Hume. He's just a sophomore. Number 18 is Caleb Wiscombe. Number 9, Caden Anderson. And number 53 is Nolan George. Those are your captains as they get ready to go to center field. For the coin toss, they had the national anthem while we were away. They surprised us. They started a little bit early. But you can see the captains taking the field now, ready for some football, as they'll have the coin toss decide who's going to get the opening kick. In other sports, just while we have a quick minute, getting ready for kickoff, the Bear Lake Bears volleyball will kick off their season 1 week from today. They will be at the Cokeville tournament. That's a tradition that's gone back a lot of years. Bear Lake has gone over to that Cokeville tournament to start the season. They do that next Friday and Saturday, so they'll be there while we're up here, near here, just up the road in Ashton for North Fremont. We get the Fremonts back-to-back. And then the cross-country team, meanwhile, comes to this part of the country as well. They run in the Madison Invitational on a Thursday of next week to start off their season. Good young team. Coach has high hopes. Running into a new division. The good news is when you move up, you don't have Soda Springs anymore when it comes to cross-country. And that's big because cross-country, Soda Springs has been a perennial champion. Bear Lake won the state championship a couple years ago, breaking Soda Springs' 18-year streak as the girls cross-country state champions. So it's been a while. So that's going to be good news not having to play them anymore. The rest of our division in volleyball, we already told you Marsh Valley, American Falls, Snake River, but in volleyball, it also includes Preston. So for those of you that have the old rivalry in mind, the Preston Indians are back in our division for volleyball reasons, and they'll also join our division for softball. All other sports, it's just Marsh Valley, American Falls, Bear Lake, and Snake River. So South Fremont Huskies running their flag out. We had the coin toss, and I missed the signal. I didn't see who got it. I just saw the north and south. The official is still giving some last pregame instructions to the Bear Lake captains out there as the South Fremont Huskies run their flag out to center field, and the Bear Lake players are still right in the middle of it. So we're ready for football. Another big thing you're going to see a difference in this year is going to be on the opening kickoff. Bear Lake has been spoiled the last couple of years. The Bear Lake Bears have had Toby Flake's right foot that has given them good field position for 2 years in a row on kickoffs. Toby is in the home MTC, I believe.
Yeah.
He's not available tonight. He's getting ready to serve his mission. So we will miss that for sure. Bear Lake will receive the opening kickoff. They won the toss. Well, I'm not sure if they won the toss, but they received the opening kickoff. So back deep, Caden Anderson is back there with Anderson. Austin Anderton are the deep guys. The up backs, it looks like Caleb Wiscombe, number 18, is back there as well. So the deep guys, Caden Anderson, Austin Anderton, and Caleb Wiscombe are the two up backs as Bear Lake set to receive the opening kickoff, and we're ready to get the 2024 football season underway. About half the teams in the state playing this week. Everybody else gets underway next week. Sun's right in our eyes, but I believe that's number 1, Kelton Ricks. The junior is going to kick off for the South Fremont Huskies. They'll be kicking it from the south towards the north. Caden Anderson back near his own goal line, set to receive this kickoff. Good news is because it's a north-south field, the sun won't be in the players' eyes, but it sure is in our eyes right now. And Ricks kicks it deep. It's going to go to Anderson. He'll catch it at about the 10-yard line. Brings it out to the 20. Gets the sideline, up the sideline to the 30. And outside the 35-yard line. Great return for the Bear Lake Bears to start the game. About a 20, let's see where they mark it officially, 27-yard return, we're going to call it, from the 10-yard line out to the 37. So decent field position. Anderson able to get the edge and give the Bear Lake Bears decent starting field position for the first possession of the new season.
Keegan Salerno giving him a good block there, giving him the opportunity to get a few more yards.
Anderson, and Warner are your running back, are your wide receivers. The running back is Wiscombe. Wiscombe another slot, and they're going to give it to Tony Namikos on the first play. He's across the 40, across the 45 into South Fremont territory to the 48-yard line. And a 15-yard pickup on first down. Tony D'Amico slices through the Cougars, and they're going to give him only 14 yards. They mark it at 49, but that's still a Bear Lake first down. It's a USAVE first down. USAVE, our first down sponsor this year. And so that's our first USAVE first down of the game, comes on play number 1. And the running back again is Tony D'Amico, same formation, 2 wide receivers to either side. Actually 3 to the near side this time. Give it to D'Amico's on the option. He's got another hole. He gains 4 more yards down to the 45-yard line. So chunk plays. That was just an option, and eventually Hume decided to go let D'Amico's go ahead and take it, and D'Amico's goes 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. So 2 plays, 18 yards of rushing for Tony D'Amico's. He is the junior linebacker and running back. Now Wiscombe and D'Amico's both in the backfield. Pistol formation. Here's the snap. Back to pass. It's going to be a little swing pass to D'Amico's. It's incomplete. He would have probably been tackled for a loss, so I'm okay with that ball falling incomplete. Jack Hume, the sophomore quarterback, his first attempted pass play of the game, falls incomplete. It'll be third down and 6 ball at the 45-yard line of the Cougars. Coming in from the sideline with the play is the quarterback, Jack Hume. He runs over to the play, gets the play from the Bear Lake coaching staff on third down. So far, D'Amico's has been the featured back. This time, Anderton all alone to the near side, 3 wide receivers to the far side. D'Amico's off the right hip of the quarterback. The give is to D'Amico's. Big hole.
Right up the middle.
And he dives inside the 40. He's going to be very close to the first down. He had one guy to beat, or he'd have gone a lot further. They give him 6 yards exactly, giving the first down. That's another USAVE. Trayson Thornton. So, again, the running back is Crichton. Quarterback Johnson. Here's the snap. Give is going to be a quarterback keeper, and it's going to be a big gain. He's going to get the first down on 2nd down and 1. He's going to go down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the Bear Lake 15 after the pickup of 9. So 5:05 left in the first quarter, scoreless game. And we've gone back and forth. The Bears drove the ball, were forced to punt after an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on a 3rd down play. And the Cougars have sputtered and stalled a couple times on this drive, but got big plays when they needed them. Quarterback Johnson gets the snap, back to pass, looking, under pressure now, and into the end zone. Incomplete. Into and through his hands. So incomplete in the end zone.
Couple of Bears there ready.
Nolan George was putting some pressure on the quarterback Johnson.
Keegan Salerno also there.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 15. Would have been a touchdown, but it goes through the hands. He had to make a jumping attempt at it. A ball that he's going to say he should have caught, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Running back is Crichton in the backfield. Sorry, Connor Edens, number 15, Connor Edens in the backfield behind Johnson. Here's the snap, and it's a quarterback. Reverse. And, it's going to come back. I believe there's a hold. He's still on his feet. I don't think any of this matters. He's going to go down inside the 5, but it's coming back. To the point of the attack, the reverse went to Jerome Crichton, and it's in the area of holding. South Fremont's acting like it's holding. They're all coming back to the point of attack. It was right where you expect to hold on a play like that. Let's see for the official signal, and they're pointing backwards. That's what it's going to be. So instead of 1st and goal, it's going to be 2nd and 20. Ball goes from the line of scrimmage, 10-yard penalty on the hold. So it'll be South Fremont football, 2nd down now and 20 back at the 25-yard line. They've got to get down to the 5 to get the first down, as the clock is at 4:31 left here in the first quarter. Ball on the far hash now. Edens, the running back, behind the quarterback Johnson. 2 wide receivers in the formation to either side. Quarterback back to pass. He's under pressure. It's a screen pass. It's complete. Wide open is Edens. He's going to score. Touchdown, South Fremont. Well played there. Screen pass designed, blocked, and executed to perfection. And the South Fremont Cougars score a touchdown with 4:22 left in the first quarter to go up 6-0. The Bears look to have that well defended, but then once Edens got the ball, the defense was fooled, fell for the play-action pass, and Edens, who is now going to be the kicker for the extra point, takes it into the end zone. Actually, no, yeah, they are going to kick. I was going to say that was an interesting formation. They are going to kick. Here's the snap, down, up, and illegal formation. I believe that's going to be a penalty. Illegal shift against South Fremont. So the kick was good, but it will be negated. The Bears will make them kick again, I'm sure. So 4:22 left, 6-0 in favor of South Fremont. They'll retry the attempt. They are going to still kick it. Edens will be the kicker. He just scored the touchdown. The holder is Hudson Miller. So here's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and no good this time. So the penalty cost the Cougars a point, but we'll be back with the kickoff. Bear Lake will have their second possession right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier. Online at bearlakedental.com or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Live coverage of Bears football continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Back at South Fremont, 6-0 in favor of the Cougars. They're set to kick off. It is number 1. Kelton Rick set to kick. Anderson back deep for the Bears. Anderton and Wiscombe, the other two guys back deep. 6-0. Second kickoff of the game, and a little bit of rain coming down out there again. Here's the kick. This one's a squib. It's going to be picked up by Anderton at the 18. He's across the 20, trying to make some guys miss. Gets out near the 30. Decent return. He gets about 10. So Anderton on the return. And he was JV football last year. Played a little bit of varsity basketball, a lot of JV basketball last year. Austin Anderton with the return of 10. Bears in decent position at about their own 28-yard line. For their second possession, they moved the ball clear down inside of the 35 before stalling out on their last drive. Hume, the quarterback, has got Wiscombe, and I believe that is still, no, it's Thornton as the other running back, and he gets 5 yards. Great run out across the 30. Good pickup for Trayson Thornton, his first action in the game on offense. He takes the ball right up the middle. Just bounces it slightly to the right, goes 5 yards. Second down and 5. It's bizarre. I don't know if you can see on the camera. In fact, it looks really good on the camera. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's pouring down rain and sunshine at the same time. We got sun in our eyes while we're looking at a rainstorm. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 running back, that's Wiscombe in the backfield off the right hip of the quarterback, Hume. Here's the snap, back to pass. It's going to be tipped. It's in the air, and it's going to be caught. Thornton makes the catch. It's going to be a 5-yard gain. That's good for another Bear Lake. And you say, Phillips 66, first down. That was dangerous. When that ball got tipped in the air, it was anybody's football. It comes right into the hands of Thornton. Thornton gains 5. Bear Lake picks up a first down. So Jack Hume's first completion as a Bear Lake Bear comes off a tipped ball that could have easily careened into the hands of a South Fremont Cougar. Instead, it drops into his own wide receiver's hands. You don't see that very often. So Thornton and Wiscombe, the running backs. Anderton, the near side receiver, Warner, and Anderson on the far side. Here's the snap. It's quarterback keeper. Hume's going to keep it, bounce it to the outside. He makes a man miss.
Shift.
He's into South Fremont territory inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. So from the 37, he goes 18 yards. Jack Hume, shifty Jack Hume, getting his first carry as a Bear Lake Bear, picks up 18, and it's 1st and 10. Another, you say, Phillips 66 first down for the Bear Lake Bears. And again, moving the ball into South Fremont territory on both drives so far. In fact, the ball's just inside the 45, almost to the 44. Pickup of 18 yards for Jack Hume on the quarterback keeper. Wide receiver to the near side is Anderson. 2 to the far side. Now Thornton goes into motion that way. The ball is tipped. Hume's pass was going to be intended for Thornton. He was open in the flat, and it's tipped to the line of scrimmage. And it brings up 2nd down and 10 as it really starts to pelt it down out there. Mm-hmm. And the sun's in our camera, and the rain's in our camera. And Ray's doing his best he can to keep it shaded and protected and expensive piece of equipment. Duke and Dal, I hope you're not listening as the camera's getting rained on.
Ray is wet, sacrificing his jacket.
All right, and there's some thunder. I hope there's no lightning. 2:13 left in the first quarter. And Hume back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket, scrambling, keeping the play alive with his feet. He's still going to be sacked for a short loss. Could have been much worse. He loses 2. It'll be 3rd and 12. So nobody open downfield. Hume forced to scramble. Loses 2. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
Ooh.
And rain lightening up a little bit out there. 2:05 left in the first quarter. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Cougars. So Bears have spent several plays in South Fremont territory between their first 2 drives, unable to get any points on the board. South Fremont had an 80-yard scoring drive on their first possession. Bears trying to answer here in the first. Clock ticking under 2 minutes now as Hume sends Anderton and Thornton to the far side. He's got Anderson and Warner to the near side. Wiscombe is the running back next to him. Back to pass. Actually, that's Reich and Carlisle. Pass is complete. Did it hit the ground first?
They're saying yes.
Yes, it hit the ground first. Incomplete. It would have been a big pickup. Would have been a first down deep in Bear Lake in South Fremont territory inside the 25, right about the 20-yard line. But he had to go down on the ground to get it a little bit low. And the punt team's coming back on. Hugh Barker, the senior defensive lineman, is going to come in for the punt. Back deep is number 1, Kelton Ricks is the punter for the Cougars with 141. The returner for the Cougars. Barker gets a good kick this time. Ricks is going to take it out of the 20, and great pursuit by the Bear Lake Bears.
Wow, whole slew of Bears on that one, 21, 63, and 3. Who are those young men?
So Thornton is number 3, 21 is Carlisle, and did you say?
6, was that a 63?
I do believe it was number 63.
But I don't have him on my roster.
He who shall not be named.
But we'll find out.
Oh, no, it's Carter Nelson.
Oh.
Carter Nelson.
There we go.
Making on that tackle. So good pursuit, and the ball's only at the 25-yard line, so a decent punt, and looked like he was going to have time to return it. And good defense there by Bear Lake with 1:05 left in the first quarter.
Well, this is fun.
We took the window out so we could see, and now we're wishing we hadn't. Here's the snap, handoff, and going nowhere.
Great defense by the Bears. Again, Nilsson in on that one. Also number 21.
So Carlisle finishes him off, but it was Carter Nelson that made the hit in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the quarterback keeper. What a well played. That's coming from his nose tackle position. Well, actually, it's a 4-man front, so it's not really nose tackle. And coming from his tackle position. As everybody's scrambling for umbrellas and jackets. 20 seconds left. Looks like South Fremont's going to have to run one more play as they come to the line here in the first quarter. 6-0 in favor of the Cougars. And here's Johnson, calls for the snap. He's going to be back to pass. It's another screen pass to Edens. This time it's better defended. And Thornton's going to finish him off. Warner was there. Thornton finishes him off, and instead of the touchdown that they got last time on the screen, it's only a gain of about 5. So the first quarter comes to an end. We'll start the second quarter. South Fremont football, 3rd and 8 when we come back on the Bear Lake, on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner.
They are running the ball a lot more than I was told
Napa.
they were going to. I was told they were a pass-heavy team. They've actually been about 50-50.
Here's Jared and Lisa and the SVI Sports Crew with more live coverage of Bears
start
football.
the second quarter. 6-0 is your score in favor of the South Fremont Huskies. This is a different game than I think we expected. Bear Lake has looked really good at times, has looked really much like a first game of the season with a new coaching staff at times. South Fremont, we were told, was a pass-heavy team. So far, they've been a run-heavy team. A couple of screen passes thrown in. And right here, you think it's a passing down. You're at your own 29-yard line, looking at 3rd down and 7 as we come back. They gave him a 3-yard gain, so we're going to call it 3rd and 7. Johnson, quarterback, back to pass. He's got a man open, and it is caught right at the 50. He had to go down low to catch it, but he caught it right on his backside right in front of us, so we can see that it was definitely a good catch. And so that is a 21-yard gain. It'll be 1st down and 10 right at midfield for the Cougars as a good pass and catch. Bears had decent coverage in his zone coverage, but just found the soft spot, sat down literally on his backside at the 50 to make the catch. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Edens, the running back in the backfield, behind the quarterback Johnson. Here's the snap. It's just a little flip out pass and good blocking. And it's going to be about a 15-yard gain. Let's see, they're going to call it a 13-yard gain down to the 37-yard line. So a 13-yard gain. The two of the 3 receivers out there just block their guy. They throw it to the 3rd one, who's then in the open field, and the safety has to come up, make the tackle. But it's a gain of 13. What you could have called a hold there, but the referees did not see it that way. So 1st down and 10. Johnson, the quarterback. He's got Edens behind him, and he's going to keep it on a quarterback option, and then he's going to throw it, and it's dropped. And he would have had probably a few yards, but it was thrown a little bit behind him. He had to stop, wait for the ball, couldn't bring it in, and by then the Bear Lake defense had settled in anyway and would have stopped him for little or no gain. But it goes for just an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. 11:21 left in the second quarter. And now the wind, as you can hear in our microphones, we're inside of a building, and you can still hear the wind in our microphones. The wind is picking up. Sun's out. Rain is still coming down. We got a little bit of everything going on right now. You need sunglasses in a rainstorm, but there you go. So 2nd and 10 for the South Fremont Cougars, who lead this game 6-0 here early in the second quarter. Man in motion, and it's quarterback keeper. Good decision there because his running backs were both tackled. So that was just an option play. And Johnson, he's a big kid.
Yeah.
Bryce Johnson, the 6'3", 235-pound quarterback. That's pretty big for a high school quarterback. He is a dangerous runner. He picked up 6 on 2nd and 10. So it's going to be 3rd. The scoreboard has it a 3. I would say 4. It's definitely 3rd down. And equipment malfunction, I think somebody lost their mouth guard maybe? One of the linemen for South Fremont is looking on the ground. So I think it's his mouth guard, and I think he's going to have to go out of the game. They'll have to bring in a substitution for him because you have to have a mouth guard. 3rd down and 4 facing the Huskies after the 6-yard gain on the quarterback keeper on 2nd down. Two running backs in backfield now. Actually, no, Kyler Larson goes out to wide receiver position, so 2 to either side on 3rd and 4. Edens, the running back, now man in motion. Here's the snap, and it's a give to Edens right up the middle. He was hit at the point of attack, but makes his way through the hole. Gains 6 on 3rd and 4. So he will move the chains down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Cougars at the Bear Lake 22-yard line, and the wind really picking up out there.
Sorry, y'all.
We are inside. We do have an open window in front of us, but we are inside, and we're trying to Oh, this is fun. Anyway, here we go. 1st and 10. Man goes in motion. Here's the snap. Johnson back to pass. The lefty looking under some pressure. Rolls out to his left. Gets the pass away, and it's going to be incomplete. Well defended.
Great defense by Tony Namikos.
Namikos right there in the wide receiver's pocket to make sure he can't bring that one down. Bears putting some pressure on, forcing the incomplete pass. It's 2nd down now and 10. Ball still at the 22-yard line, call it the 23-yard line maybe. The lines on this field, the 10-yard and 5-yard markers are pretty obvious. The down markers are a little bit harder to see in this rainstorm with sunlight in our eyes.
I cannot see any lines on the fields at all.
So it's about the 23-yard line, we're going to say. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. The big lefty quarterback Johnson has Edens, the running back, right behind him actually. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, in tight, almost as a tight end, and it's a pitch to him. Carlisle forces him inside, but then he breaks tackles, and he's going to pick up 10. It's going to move exactly 10, going to move the change. At the point of attack, the defensive end, I believe that's Reichen Carlisle, number 21, forced him inside, but it was well blocked inside. I almost wish he would have bounced it to the outside, and picks up 10. So 1st and 10 Cougars at the 13-yard line. Clock ticking here in the 2nd quarter. And there are 9:43 left in the quarter. And it's a 1st down and 10 play at the Bear Lake 13-yard line. Edens, the running back, is behind the quarterback, and it's going to be a quarterback option keep. And again, the running back, the Bears are defending one of the 2 guys well. Johnson's making good decisions. He's going to pick up 9 of the 10 he needed. And had they handed it to the running back, he'd have lost yardage, but he pulls out of his stomach at the last second and is able to slip over the right side of the Bear Lake defense, the left side of his offensive line, and down to the 4-yard line where it's 2nd down and 1 at the Bear Lake 4. He can get a first down. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. 2 wide receivers to the far side, quarterback under center this time for the first time in the game. Edens, the running back. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's not going to get very far. They're still pushing him, though. Still pushing.
He is.
He'll get his first down, but that's it.
He is like a big old freight train moving right up through the middle.
I think he got the first down.
Big.
And they're going to say no gain. No gain on the play.
Oh, he looked like he gained.
I think they blew it dead before that last little push. They stopped the forward progress. So 3rd down and 1. The quarterback keeper goes for naught. Nope, they're going to measure. So they marked it. Looked like they were going to say it was well short. And then they are bringing the change in. And it is 1st down by half of the football. So 1st down and goal. Where they originally marked it and set the sideline marker down, it looked like it was going to be a yard short. Then they bring the chains in, and they give him the first down. So
almost by a full Snickers bar.
a king-size Snickers bar, we'll say.
Yep.
So 1st down and goal, Cougars. They lead this game 6-0. The Bears' defense has been a bend defense, giving up just small chunks of yardage, no huge plays except for that screen pass for the touchdown earlier that went for 23. But now they've got 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield. Quarterback Johnson's going to go under center again, I formation behind him. And he's going to fake it, and he's back to pass. And it's going to be pick. Oh!
So
Ammon Topham almost had a pick 6.
Oh, his hands were on it.
And he was gone. But it looks like there's a holding on the play. Yes, they're going to call a legal formation. So the Bears didn't get the interception. Caleb Wiscombe just leveled the quarterback Johnson, by the way. And in the meantime, there is a flag down on both sidelines. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It'll make it 2nd down and goal now from the 8. Wow, that could have been a game changer there. And Topham is he's gonna see that ball drop out of his hands in his dreams, because he had nothing but green grass and an escort. He had his buddy off his hip to be a blocker for him. And the quarterback would have been the closest guy to him, and he was laying flat on his back. Wiscombe just laid him out. I believe it was Wiscombe on the pass rush. So almost a big play for the Bears, but they do get the penalty against South Fremont. So it is 2nd down and goal now. 3 wide receivers to the far side, back into pistol formation with Edens, the running back, behind the quarterback, Johnson. He's back to pass, looking left. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, being chased. Throws on the run, and it's
caught in the end zone.
Oh, my gosh. Almost knocked down.
Wow.
The quarterback was running for his life, throws back across his body. The Bears almost knock it down in the end zone. Diving catch. Touchdown, Cougars.
Wow. All right.
This is a game of inches. The Bears were inches away from a quarterback sack, inches away from knocking that ball harmlessly to the turf, and instead it's a touchdown, 12-0, as the Cougars will attempt to get the extra point and push the score. And let's see, are they going to kick it or are they going to go for 2? Looks like they're going to go for 2, where they were unsuccessful on the kick attempt earlier. So trying to push the score to 14-0. Johnson under center, and it's going to be illegal formation. No, delay of game. So now it's a 2-point conversion attempt from the 8-yard line instead of the 3-yard line. That makes it a little bit tougher. Special teams penalties have cost South Fremont. The Cougars have had a extra point taken off the board on the kick because of a illegal formation on the kick attempt on the first touchdown. Now the false start penalty, delay of game penalty, pushes them back. So this is going to make this two-point conversion attempt a little bit harder. And back to pass is the quarterback. He's being pursued. He's going to get the pass off into the back of the end zone.
High.
And incomplete. Intended for Edens. Great pursuit. Carlisle and a couple other Bears forced that pass attempt to be high, incomplete. So it's 12-0 is your score. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Both, because they've got both teams.
Yep, they have South Fremont next week, and then they have us later.
Ace is the place for the helpful hardware, folks. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware, folks. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
29 seconds forever.
Yeah, because you don't run the clock on.
You're watching Bear Lake football on the SVI Sports Network.
Rick set to kick off for the South Fremont Cougars as they scored a touchdown to go up 12-0. Both of their drives have resulted in touchdown scores on long drives, about 80 yards each time. The Bears have moved the ball, but have been forced to punt on both of their possessions. So what do you do if you're Marsh Valley and you don't have a game the first week of the season, but you start with South Fremont next week and you play Bear Lake later in the season?
Well, you scout their game, of course.
Caden Anderson at the 10-yard line, coming to the near side to the 20. He stiff-arms a guy, gets forced out of bounds at the 30, so a 20-yard return. Bears, again, are going to start with decent field position, good returns. And the entire Marsh Valley Eagles football team, it looks like the majority of them, including the coaching staff, sitting here in the Bear Lake side of things, getting ready for their game next week. They host these South Fremont Cougars, and then they'll play the Bear Lake Bears later. And the clock's running right now, shouldn't be on the change possession, but the clock's ticking down under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Bears, third possession, have moved into South Fremont territory on both of the previous possessions, but unable to convert and been forced to punt. So here's the snap, handoff to Wiscombe, his first carry, and it's a good one. He bounces it to the outside. He's across the 40, across the 50, down inside to the 48-yard line. They're going to say stepped out at the 48. So he goes from the 30 to the South Fremont 48, gain of 22. Caleb Wiscombe on his first carry.
Great run.
And the second carry? Oh, he lost 3 yards earlier. I forgot about that one. He wants to forget about that one too. So Wiscombe picks up 22 yards, and the Bears, for the third possession of the game, have moved the ball into Cougar territory, ball at the 48. And Hume, the quarterback, in pistol. Here's the snap, back to pass. He's going to get it away, complete. And this is to Caden Anderson, his first catch of the game. He is going to stay on his feet inside the 40.
Made something out of almost nothing there.
Yeah, he should have. He caught the ball about 5 yards downfield, should have been tackled there, gave up yardage, and I thought, wow, don't do that. And then he broke tackles, picks up a first down, moves it down to the 37, pickup of 11. So Caden Anderson showing some moves, Bears in business inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. The offense has shown spurts of greatness. They just can't finish drives so far, and hopefully that'll change as Tony D'Amicos, who had some good carries, is the running back. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Hume is going to hand it to D'Amicos right up the middle, and he's going to break a tackle almost, but still gains 4 yards on the play. D'Amicos with a good run, picks up 4 inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line, or 32-yard line, I think is where they're going to put it. So good run, nearly 5 yards. On first down for Tony D'Amicos. He'll check out of the game, but he has run the ball well. He ran the ball well on the first possession. Carlisle, number 21, now in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Anderton, the near side receiver. Hume is going to give it. No, quarterback keeper, good decision. He goes right up the middle inside the 30. He's going to pick up 5 yards. They're going to give him a first down. So 6, we'll call it 6 because we gave D'Amicos 4, got to give Hume 6. First down and 10. Bears inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line.
Phillips 66, you saved first down.
And great move there, great decision. Yeah, that was a Phillips 66 you save. Forget to say that, sorry. Quinn, it's okay. I'll get you next time. And Bears moving the ball effectively on their third drive of the game, just like they did on the first 2, hoping to finish this one off as they trail 12-0. And Wiscombe, the running back.
And
it's going to be a sack and a fumble, and it's going to be Cougar football. They may be saying he was down. And Jack Hume, they did not fall for the Cougars did not fall for the play-action pass as he tries to roll out. He is thrown to the turf. There's a discussion. It's going to be a loss at least of 8, and it may be South Fremont football. The officials getting together, I think they're trying to decide if his forward progress was stopped before the fumble. And they are going to say it is still Bear Lake football. The loss is back to the 34-yard line. Bears have got to get down to the 15, so a 9-yard loss on the sack, second down and 19. It was a play-action pass. The Cougars did not fall for the fake to the running back. The man came through unblocked, and as Hume was trying to roll out, he gets thrown to the turf. So it'll be second down, and they're calling it 18 on the scoreboard. Hume now has D'Amicos as the running back off his right hip. Here's the snap. Pitch goes to D'Amicos. He's got some open field.
Great block by number 5.
So that's Anderton with the block. And big pickup down inside the 25 to the 24. So they get big chunk of that yardage back, pick up of 13 yards on the little screen pass out there to D'Amicos. Anderton with a great, glad you gave him the credit there, Lisa. Anderton, Austin, makes a great open field block. Now timeout on the field. And Bears are going to take time out. It's 3rd down and 7. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Huh?
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Jared and Lisa and live coverage of Bear Lake football.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, our mics were on. We were trying to move some stuff around. You heard us saying how big this play is right here, as it is going to be 3rd down and 7, 4-down territory. Bears at the 24-yard line. D'Amico's the back. Back to pass is Hume. Gets it away to Anderson, who makes the catch, and can be very close to the 1st down. Let's see. They're going to call it 4th down, but it's going to be 4th down and very short, as Anderson needed 7. He picked up 6. 4th and very short, probably less than a yard. And apparently our mics are on during timeout, so we're going to have to be good.
Thanks for the heads up.
We haven't said anything so far, I hope, that nobody cares too much about. And here we go. Bears rushing up to the line. Tight formation. 4:05 left. 4th and 1. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Oh, he's got it easy.
Good job.
What a push there by the Bears. And that's going to be another Phillips 66U save. 1st down and 10 at the South Fremont 15-yard line. Jack Hume right up the middle. He needed 1. He got about. So what the previous line of scrimmage was he gained 2. We're going to go with 2. I think it was the 17-yard line. He's down at the 15. We'll give him 2 yards. He needed less than 1. Hume has Namikos now off his left hip. 2 wide receivers to either side. Handoff is to Namikos. He's got a man to beat on the outside. Stiff arms, but can't get around the outside. No gain. Maybe a loss of about a foot. Namikos just outsized right there. He made a good effort, but that was Johnson, their big quarterback, and he outweighs Namikos probably 50 pounds. The stiff arm doesn't quite work when you're that much smaller, but he made a good effort. And they're going to say a loss of about half a yard on the play, so give him a loss of 1 on the handoff to Namikos. 3:10 left, so Bears have plenty of time. 2nd down and 10, ball at the South Fremont 16. Hume coming from the sidelines after getting the play call from Coach Reynolds. Big part of the game right here. You love to go into halftime only down by 1 score instead of 2. Warner and Anderson go to the far side as wide receivers. Wiscombe and Anderton to the near side. Now Wiscombe goes in motion. Back to pass, rolling to his left. He's going to get it to Wiscombe on a little screen. He makes one man miss down inside the 15, about to the 12-yard line. Going to give him 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down, but a little bit more manageable, and you're in 4-down territory. Bears do have a couple timeouts. Time may become a factor here, but the 1st down is more important than anything on 3rd down and 7. Called a short 7, long 6. Caleb Wiscombe with the game of 4 on the reception as Hume trots in from the sideline after getting the play call. Couple big plays coming up here. You're definitely in 4-down territory. You're not going to punt it away here. And Warner, Wiscombe, and Anderson all go to the far side. The running back is also to that side. That is Namikos. Anderton, the lone wide receiver to the right. And it's a sack
and a fumble.
Fumble, but it recovered by Chris Pratt. Hume did not have time to even get his feet set before he got hit on that play. Chris Pratt Johnny on the spot picks up the loose ball. So the Bears don't lose possession, but they lose big yardage back to the 20. Loss of 7 or 8 on the play. So now 4th down, they've got to get down to the 5-yard line for the first down. So 4th and 15 coming up for the Bears. That sack was big. Bears had a great opportunity to put some points on the board. Now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Bears call timeout. We'll take it with them on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Time to go back to the field with more live coverage of Bears football on the SVI Sports Network.
4th and 14 officially from the 19-yard line is what they're calling it, as the Bears need to get down to the 5 of the Cougars for a first down. Obviously, first down is important. A touchdown would be better. 1:23 left in the first half. Bears trail at 12-0. Hume has D'Amicos off his left hip. He's got Warner and Anderson to the far side, Wiscombe and Anderton to the near side. Here's the snap, back to pass, looking. He gets it out. He's got Wiscombe. Wiscombe makes the catch. He's down to the 10, but he's not going to get the first down as he's wrestled out of bounds. So Wiscombe makes the catch, gains, let's see where they mark the forward progress, I think to about the 10-yard line. No, they're not going to give him very good forward progress. It doesn't matter because it's South Fremont ball. But they were only going to give him to the 14. He needed the 5, so he was well short. I thought that he maybe they said he made a move to try to get away and gave up position. But anyway, 6-yard gain. They needed 14. Wiscombe made the catch. But the Cougars, with 1:14, have the ball left inside their own 15-yard line at the 14. They got a long ways to go. The Bears would like to keep them out of the end zone, keep this a 2-score game going into halftime. Johnson's the quarterback. He's in the same formation they've been in pretty much every time with Edens standing behind him. 2 wide receivers to either side. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Just a quick hitter out to one of his wide receivers. That's number 4, Jerome Crichton. Crichton makes the catch and then timeout. It's a short gain. He only gained 5. And if it's earlier in the quarter, a 5-yard gain is a big gain. But at this point with 1:08 left and you're inside of your own 15-yard line when you start possession, a 5-yard gain doesn't do you a whole lot. They do take a quick timeout. Well defended there by the Bears. We're going to keep it right here because we're about to go to halftime, and we'll have a couple commercials during halftime.
Trayson Thornton was on the tackle. I didn't see who else.
It is so hard to pay attention to the defense. I apologize. I know that that's the thing that we're probably the weakest about, regardless of which team has the ball, is giving credit to the defensive people. And we got Marty Farmer here taking stats for the Bear Lake Bears, standing next to us. Between him and Lisa, we should have some pretty good.
We're going to be dependent on Marty.
I was going to say we should have some pretty good halftime stats.
Lisa was doing a lot of troubleshooting in the beginning on the phone while Nate was doing troubleshooting on the computer. So
glad to have Marty up here with us. He's the official statistician for the Bears, and then they go back and watch film to make the stats even more official. But here we go. Johnson, 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Now he goes in motion to the far side. Back to pass is Johnson. He's under pressure. He gets hit as his throws, but he's got a man open. His man stopped running, or he would have had an easy catch. That was Hudson Miller. He kind of slowed his stride, and then the ball goes over his head. If he stays in stride, he probably catches that ball easy right around midfield. Would have set him up in decent field possession, but now it's 3rd and 5 with 1:02 left. One more incomplete pass here would be great for the Bear Lake Bears. They'd get the ball back with a chance to maybe throw up a couple passes themselves.
Ammon Toppin with him right step for step, ready to defend that catch if it would have been made.
The Bears have been doing a good job of putting pressure in the backfield on the quarterback as well. Here's the snap, back to pass. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. They're just trying to get the first down, and they're not going to get it. Bears should take a quick timeout here. Will they? Because he didn't even come close. And the Bears do call timeout. The ball's going to be marked at the 19. He's going to gain, no gain. In fact, maybe even lose a yard. It'll be 4th down and 6 on the 1-yard loss to and the quarterback handoff to Edens. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 30-second break on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier. Online at bearlakedental.com or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
You're watching Bear Lake football on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Bears just get the stop on 3rd down to force a punt. South Fremont inside their own 20-yard line at the 18, looking at 4th and 6. Bears look to get good field position. Caden Anderson will be back deep to receive this punt. The quarterback, Johnson, will be the kicker. No, that's Edens, the running back. Edens, number 15, not number 9. And Caden will be right about midfield as he receives this punt. Snap is high, and he still gets it off. What a athletic play. Fair catch called for. That could have been a huge play for Bear Lake. The running back, Edens, goes up high, catches it with one hand as it nearly went over his head, would have been into the end zone and possibly either a touchdown or a safety. Instead, he makes an amazing athletic play, gets off a good punt. Bears do have 45 seconds left. They are at their own 42, 58 yards in front of them. So maybe looking to throw the ball deeper here a couple times, see what you can do. Love to get some points on the board. Warner and Anderson to the far side, Anderton to the near side. Thornton and Wiscombe are the running backs, probably back there to block. Now, Riken Carlisle actually goes into motion, passes to Anderson. He's out across the 45. He's going to go out of bounds. They say right at the 44, doesn't even make it to the 45, so only gain of 2. And he does get out of bounds to stop the clock, but only gains 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 on the catch by Anderson.
40 seconds left here to go in the half.
So that took about 5 or 6 seconds off the clock and only gained 2 yards. But nearing midfield, Bears have had the ball 3 times. They've been inside South Fremont territory all 3 times, inside the 15-yard line on the last possession before they turned it over on downs. Hoping to do some damage here with just a short time left on the clock. Anderson and Warner, the near side receivers. Anderton on the far side. Riken Carlisle now goes in motion. Back to pass. Going deep. He's got Carlisle there. He goes up, and it's almost caught and almost picked off both. Great defense there by number 2. That's Kyler Larson. And Carlisle had the height on him, so he got his hands on the ball, but after he ran into the defensive back, he almost caught the ball. Larson almost caught it as well. That was almost a big play both ways.
Both
that
ways,
would have been down inside the 30.
I was going to say, well defended by both players. Can you say that? I don't know.
The intended receiver was Riken Carlisle. And brings up 3rd down. 3rd down isn't the big deal. It's 4-down territory with 33 seconds left. Well, they might punt it if they don't get anything here, just so they don't give good field position to South Fremont. But the Bears would love to pick up some yardage here and get a chance to take a couple cracks. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Anderson all alone to the near side. Back to pass. Hume, he's got time. Steps up, releases it. He's hit as he throws, and it's going to be short. Anderton couldn't quite get back to it as Hume was getting hit as he threw the ball. It brings up 4th down. Anderson did his best. If he could have got his footing under him just a little bit quicker, he could have come back, caught that ball. It would have been a big 1st down. Instead, it falls short. And with 25 seconds left, all right, looks like the Bears are going to do exactly what I do. Bring in the punt team. You don't take a risk. If you don't get the first down here, you give them 3 or 4 shots at the end zone from inside their own territory. This way, hopefully, if Barker can get a decent punt, it gives a longer field. Plus, it takes time off the clock. Here's the snap, and it's low. It's on the ground. Barker's going to pick it up, and he's going to be sacked.
Fumbled it in the process.
Fumble. Technically a fumble and a fumble recovery. Disaster for the Bears. Yep. It's down inside the 35-yard line. So it will be South Fremont football, and they'll have the ball down inside of the 30 at the downside the 25 at the 24. Big loss on the play of about 20 yards. And it was just a low snap, and Barker, by the time he picked it up, had 4 guys bearing down on him. The punts are all about timing. Special teams did not do their job there. So now the Huskies have 23.5 seconds to try to put some more points on the board after the fumbled punt, snap on the punt, and now delay of game or false start. 5-yard penalty. That could be big as the Cougars make a mistake, push the ball back to the 29. And when you're down to 23 ticks left on the clock, the extra 5 yards could be big. So now the Cougars have it first down and 15. Bigger than that is that they're out the 29-yard line instead of the 24-yard line with 23 seconds left. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Johnson has one at the far side, and the running back Edens is behind him. He's back to throw, looking left. He goes deep, and it's picked off. Tony Namikos comes over and makes the interception at the 2-yard line. Bears get the stop, and there's only 20 seconds left. The bad news is you're at the 2. You can't just take a knee. You got to run the ball up the middle. Quarterback sneak it a couple times to run the clock out. South Fremont might take some timeouts to make them do it a couple times. They spotted out at the 3 is the good news. So that does give them a little bit of space. Tony Namikos with the big catch that makes the interception. And that was a play of the game so far. Tony Namikos, who's had a good day so far on offense, makes the big stop on defense. Hume under center, takes the snap, handoff, and big gain. Going to catch the number out across the 10-yard line, so about a 7-yard gain. That was Caleb Wiscombe on the carry. That's going to end the first half. And that you save first down will end the first half of play. The Bears will go into halftime, trailing at halftime to the South Fremont Cougars by a score of 12-0. We'll take a 2-minute break, catch your breath, come back, recap the first half right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Live coverage of Bears football continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Welcome back. It's halftime from St. Anthony, Idaho. The Bears' first football game of the season. First half is in the books, and it was a first half, I'm going to say, of missed opportunities is the way I'm going to categorize the first half. Bears had some opportunities. They showed sparks of life, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They moved the ball down the field their first 3 possessions inside of South Fremont territory every time they touched the football. The third possession of the game, the Bears were down inside of the 15-yard line of South Fremont, but could not finish the deal. Have turned the ball over on downs or punted on all of their possessions so far. The other missed opportunity besides moving the ball but not able to finish is Ammon Topham had himself a pick 6 that would have changed the game. At the time it was 12-0, well, still 12-0 at halftime, but it would have made it 12-6. Bears would have had all the momentum in the world. And on a rainy night, he saw the ball slip through his hands, and you could tell by his reaction he knew he was looking at all that green grass in front of him. And he had a blocker with him. There was another guy between the receiver and him. He could have probably walked into the end zone. And some missed opportunities for the Bear Lake Bears. On the other side of the ball, it's been kind of sputtery offense at times. It's not been consistent dominating football by South Fremont, but they have moved the ball when it was important, converted on those big third downs. They have scored 2 touchdowns, so your halftime score, South Fremont 12, Bear Lake 0. Lisa, I know that you were doing a lot of troubleshooting in the first quarter, but what do you have for some stats?
I have some very unofficial stats. So I haven't been keeping track of individuals or anything. I've just been doing positive and negative yards is all for Bear Lake tonight. I'm out of practice.
Yeah. Well,
I apologize.
And we were doing a lot of troubleshooting.
And keep in mind, I didn't do this last year.
Yeah, you were at the radio station.
I went a whole year without doing this. So Marty's figuring it out, and he's gonna tell you all how very wrong I am. But after my very quick calculations, I've got us for 120 positive yards total. And so I had us for 57 yards in the first half. And first quarter, and 63 positive yards in the second quarter. How close am I?
About 120 total yards for the Bears in the first half.
See, and I didn't
let's put that headset on you.
I didn't do passing and rushing. Oh, okay.
So
I didn't figure out my passing and rushing.
Marty, you're going to have a headset. There you go.
I could probably hurry and do passing and rushing, but.
So the Bears moved the ball. 53 yards in the first quarter, 57 yards in the first quarter, 63 in the second quarter unofficially.
Yeah, on the rushing, I've got Amigos with 41 yards, Hume with 9, and Wiscombe 30, so a total of 80 yards rushing.
And
for passing, we're out of 13, we got 7 completions.
So 7 of 13, not bad.
Yards.
39 yards. Yeah. So your stats are almost identical.
Pretty close,
within a yard of total yardage. So good job. About 120 positive yards. It's not a bad first half for the Bears. Namikos showed some great spurts running the ball. Anderson very shifty once he got the ball in the open field, and decent on receiving the ball. So Namikos and Wiscombe getting their first half, and Jack Hume, 7 out of 13, his first half of varsity football. On the offensive side, Wiscombe played a lot defensively last year, just not on offense. Not a bad first half offensively, just need to finish. And first drive of the game killed by a penalty, an unsportsmanlike penalty on third down, forced a punt. On their second possession, the drive just kind of sputtered out, and they forced the punt. Bears were forced to punt on the second possession. Third possession, it was another penalty, no, a sack, a big sack of loss of yards caused a 4th and 14. Bears were unable to convert and turn the ball over inside their own inside South Fremont's 14-yard line. And then on their final possession of the half, they were just trying to go deep, so the offense really didn't get going. 3 and out, forced a punt, the bad snap on the punt, and D'Amico saves the day on the interception on first down. And they were going for the end zone, South Fremont trying to put the nail in the coffin and put this game away. And D'Amico gets the pick, saves the day for the Bears. Bears will kick to start the second half, but they will have some good things to talk about. The defense has forced a turnover, stopped South Fremont there at the last possession before that of the half to give the Bear Lake a chance for those couple Hail Marys that didn't pay off. But the defense has shown some sparks. Has 1 touchdown per quarter for South Fremont, and one of those was a big play on that screen pass for the first touchdown. And the Bears' offense has come so close to breaking some things. What coulda, shoulda. That's going to be the first half. And I'm sure the coaching staff is saying that over there. You know, we're not that far from being right in the middle of this football game. We're not that far out of this. And after a weird start to the night, because teams were out there warming up thinking we were going to kick off at 6:30 because of the power outage, instead they pushed it back at the last second to 7 o'clock. It rained in the first half. It thundered in the first half.
We've seen all 4 seasons today.
And right now it's a gorgeous night for football as everything's kind of calmed down. But it's been, after an interesting first half, South Fremont's first drive of the game, 80-yard touchdown. Second drive of the game, 80 yards for a touchdown. Those were sustained drives. They took a lot of time off the clock. Only about 3 real possessions for each team in the first half. Bears had 3 sustained drives. Couldn't do anything with it. The Cougars had 2 sustained drives that they got touchdowns. Their third drive was short. Bears forced the stop. If the Bears can take that defensive momentum into the second half, they've got an opportunity to get themselves right back in this football game. And the offense has shown me that they can put points on the board, can get themselves back into this game. They just need to finish drives.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No. I'm tired.
Listening
to you talking.
It was a fun first half of football. You know, Bears with the new coach, new sophomore quarterback, new people at almost every skills position except for Caden Anderson, about the only returner that was played varsity minutes last year. You knew there was going to be some glitches, and for a first half with all the new changes on the road at a big school, South Fremont, in our division now as far as the state's concerned, but they are a much bigger school actually population-wise, but still within the boundaries of the division. We're one of the smallest 4A schools in the state. They're middle of that.
Yeah.
They did struggle last year. They're trying to get their feet under themselves after a struggle last year. Bears trying to get on track after starting off everything new. So let's talk about what else is going on around the state. Snake River in action at Homedale.
Timberlake.
Is it? Let's see here.
Maybe it's Homedale.
It is Homedale. Snake River in action at Homedale tonight.
That's what I said.
American Falls in action at Soda Springs. Okay, that's American Falls in action at Soda Springs tonight.
Just go with it.
Marsh Valley in action in the bleachers right down here below us, eating some cheeseburgers from the concession stand. Marsh Valley starts their season next week against South Fremont. They host South Fremont. That game will be down there in what do you call it, McCammon? It's not really McCammon. Where do you call Marsh Valley? Anyway, that's in Marsh Valley.
McCam Downey. I don't know. Somewhere in between there.
Anyway, so Marsh Valley hosts this South Fremont team and then plays Bear Lake later in the season. So they're up here scouting 2 of their opponents in one night, while Snake is in Homedale and American Falls in Soda. So that's what's going around the league. And then the cross-country team starts their season next Thursday night, coming up here to Madison.
Yeah.
So just down the road, about 15 miles from where we're at right now.
Rexburg.
And then next Friday and Saturday, the volleyball team in action start their season over at the Cokeville tournament. And then we're right back up in the same neck of the woods, just a few miles up the road at North Fremont up in Ashton next weekend as the Bear Lake Bears start the season with the Fremonts. We get both directions, north and south, to start the year this year. And the teams are coming out of their huddles. They got their mandatory 3 minutes of warm-ups, so we don't have the Martindale 3. Keith loves those 3 minutes that they add to the clock. That is one of the rules of football. They have to have a mandatory 3 minutes. If the teams don't come out in time to get those mandatory 3 minutes, they add 3 minutes to the clock, which I agree with Keith. Just make it 15 minutes and make them come out after 12 and warm up. Don't give them the 15 and then
don't
say,
reward their we're
tardiness.
going to be late on purpose, so we get the extra. Just make them be out here on time.
So the Bears out there warming up.
Unless it's the Bears, of course. They may need those few minutes extra.
Hey, Nate, quit hitting me. I'm trying to lean out the window, see if South Fremont's out of their garage
domestic
yet.
dispute in the booth over
But there's
here.
three and a half minutes left in halftime. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with the second half action right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Karen and Lisa and live coverage of Bear Lake football.
Bear Lake Bears at halftime with the South Fremont Cougars. Bears trail it by a score of 12-0. But I just talked to Coach Mason Garbett, one of the assistant coaches up here in the booth as he came back from the halftime discussion, and he kind of echoed exactly the same thing that we said. That was a first half of missed opportunities. The Bears were just this close, about the size of a miniature Snickers. Maybe even a bite-sized Snickers from being up in this game instead of down in this game. Game of inches, the pick six that coulda, shoulda, and a couple other opportunities that coulda, shoulda. Shot themselves in the foot once with a personal foul penalty. But the Bears have had pressure. And it's not just bunch of new players because some of the older ones graduated, new head coach. It's a completely brand new scheme on both sides of the ball. Bears are not running the same defense they ran last year. They're not running the same offense they ran last year. So even the kids that are familiar with the system, they're getting used to a brand new scheme. The offense, formation-wise, looks very similar to last year, but what they're doing with their blocking schemes up front, their formations, their pass plays, their everything, the run plays, it's a different offensive system. And for a first game jitters, first game problems with everything being brand new, not a bad start. You'd like to be up in this game or tied in this game instead of down 12-0. But a lot of goods came out of that first half. If I'm the coaching staff, I saw a lot of positives that I can build on. And hopefully those inches will start to go in Bear Lake's favor instead of against the Bears in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. We talked a little bit about what to expect on the way up here. I think the general consensus was we really don't know what to expect. Overall, I'm happy with the first half and how it went. And I think we just keep building on what we've seen. Things I see a lot of positives as opposed to kind of maybe what we were expecting or what we thought maybe could be happening. I'm not saying that we were expecting bad, just we really didn't know what to expect.
We didn't know what to expect. We've known for a couple of years that we were going to be moving up into the bigger, playing the bigger schools.
Right.
We knew this was coming. We knew it was potentially going to be some growing pains. So the fact that the Bears came out, had the first half where they were so close to being in this game, if not up in this game, they're still not out of it by any means.
And they're moving the ball well. I feel like there's some great things happening on defense. I think they just continue to build on those things. And, I think we may all be pleasantly surprised with what could be potentially coming in the season. So
Caden Wright set to kick off the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. I got to start thanking our sponsors. We're out of the habit. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, our scoreboard sponsor. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital's own Marty Farmer helping us with the stats. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital's own Houston Reynolds, MD, the head coach of the Bears. And so got to thank the hospital for their support. You say Phillips 66. Lots of first downs for them in the first half, so they got their money's worth out of that for sure. Caden Wright set to kick for the Bears. Back deep. Can't catch the numbers. We're here at the side, and it's kind of – the red blends into the black better than you would think.
And I am
number
looking through a dirty
2,
window.
I think, and number 1. So 1 is Ricks. He's the up back in the middle. Number 20, it's either 2 or 21. He's got to move his hands. Number 2 is the one of the deep guys. The other guy is facing away from me, and that's number 4. He just moved. That's Crichton, Larson, and Ricks back deep. Kick's going to come down at about the 30-yard line, take a Bear Lake bounce into actually the 20, and it goes into the 15. And Wright got a good kick on it, but a huge return as
Anderson
finally brings him down, but out across the 30 to the 33 is where they officially mark it. So a good kick. It landed at the 20, bounced to the 15. He had to go over to the sidelines, but he was able to break contain and get out to the 33-yard line. So not a bad first kick. We didn't know what to expect, especially without the great Toby Flake back there kicking. He was a pretty good kicker for 2 years in a row for the Bears. Here's the first possession of the second half. Back to pass, just a swing pass, and the intended receiver fell down, slipped in the slick grass, incomplete. They just were running that little pass where 2 wide receivers go out into the pattern. The one attempts to catch the ball and uses blockers. It falls incomplete, intended for Crichton. So 0 for 1 to start the second half. Anderson was there. That one was a little bit better defended by the Bears. Probably would not have been a huge gain. But ball falls incomplete. 3 wide receivers to the near side again. Different running back in the backfield. It's not Edens, number 15, behind the quarterback Johnson this time. And it is a keeper by Johnson. And he makes one man miss, but not the second. Nice tackle. Wow, what a hit. I got to see who comes off at the bottom of that tackle because that was a hit.
63. Who is that?
Plus, I think Riken Carlisle, number 21, also in on that tackle. 63 is Nelson. And what a hit at the end of that play. So only a 2-yard gain, 3rd down and 8. Ball right at the 35-yard line. Bears have a chance to get off the field here if they can get the stop. 3rd down and 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Pistol formation. Back to pass. Rolling, looking. Well defended. Gets the pass away and complete. And there is a flag down. I think it's going to come back with the hold. In fact, it is a hold. So the ball is going to be back 10 yards from the previous spot. It will go from the 35 back to the 25. It would have been a first down and a big gain. Instead, it goes as a holding play. And that was one of those that probably gave him the time he needed to make that pass. So it was a big one. Ball's marked clear back at the 25-yard line. They've got to get out to the 43, so 3rd down and 18. Facing the Cougars, Bears have a chance to get off the field on the first possession of the second half. And that was a great catch. The receiver went to the ground to his knees to make the catch out near midfield. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Back to pass, looking, goes over the middle, incomplete. Well defended. And, late flag. And they're going to call pass interference. That was like half an hour late. Both players had got up off the ground, were headed back to the huddle when that flag came in. I don't like that call because it was so late. That was one that the receiver talked the official into throwing that flag. It's going to be not enough for a first down, and it's not an automatic first down. It's a spot foul. But it's 4th down, and it brings up 3rd down and 3 instead of a punt. It's a spot foul, so it's a 15. It ends up being about a 13-yard penalty. That spotted the foul at the 40. So 3rd down now and 3. And it's a quarterback keeper. He's not going to get there. He's not even going to come close. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Tyken Carlisle makes the tackle, and he's going to lose a yard. It brings up 4th down and a long 4, almost 5. Punt team coming in from the sideline. So even after giving up the penalty, the Bears do force the stop. Edens will come in to punt. Back deep will be Anderson. He'll be inside his own 30, back about the 25, ready to receive this punt, which Edens will look to get away from about his own 30. Here's the snap. It's a good one. And then gets the punt away. Anderson's going to take it on the run right out the 25. Gets across the 30, outside the 35. That's a way hit.
He was out of bounds. Where's the flag?
The Bear Lake coaching staff.
He was hit by 2 players out of bounds there.
Bear Lake coaching staff was looking at the same official that threw that very late pass interference flag, saying, hey, we want one back there. And Anderson, though, does get a good return. He gets 14 yards on the return from the 25 out to the 39. So Bears start with decent field position at their own 39-yard line after getting the stop, forcing the 3 and out. So Bear Lake has the ball, their first possession of the second half, trailing 12-0. Anderton to the near side, 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Now, man in motion, and it's a swing pass to him over his head. He was wide open, too. If he makes that pass, if they makes that, they make the completion there, Bears could have picked up some big yards as he was wide open. That was Tony Nemikos, but it's just over his head. Hume put a little bit too much air under that one. And it's 2nd down is 10 as the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. He would have caught that at about the 40, and the nearest guy to him was clear out near midfield at the 50. So missed opportunity there. Again, as Warner trots to the sideline, he'll take a break on this play. Hume brings him to the line. He's got Nemikos as the running back, Anderton to the near side, and Birch checks in as the wide receiver for the first time, joining Wiscombe and Anderson on the far side. Here's the snap. Give us to Nemikos. He's going to plow across the 40, still on his feet, out to about the 41-yard line, 42-yard line. Call that a gain of 3. So 3rd down and 7. They're going to mark it at the 41, but still a gain of 3. And a long 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Bears. They forced the Cougars to punt on their first possession. The Bears would like to get some positive yardage here and keep this possession rolling. Coach Reynolds gives the play call in to the quarterback Hume. He sends them to the line. Bears are going to have to hustle. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Now Wiscombe will go in motion and join them on the far side. The pass is caught by Anderson. He makes a man miss. He's got to make some more miss to get the first down. He isn't going to quite get there. He goes from the 41 to the 46. Gain of 5. He needed 8. He gets 5. It'll be 4th down and 3, almost 4. Closer to 4. And inside their own territory, Bears are going to send in the punt team. Hugh Barker will be the punter. The last snap on the punt in the end of the first half was low, and he wasn't able to get the punt off. He's looking to get a better snap this time, as the Bears going to turn the ball over on downs. Both defenses have come out a little bit more inspired in the second half. 2 possessions, 2 punts. Barker gets a good snap this time, but he drops it, and he's just going to have to fall to the ground. And that's a big loss on the play, as Barker, once he caught the snap, couldn't do anything with it, couldn't get it off because it hit the turf, and he decided just to take a knee instead of taking the hit. And that's turnover inside of the 35 to the 34-yard line. So the South Fremont Cougars gain a lot of yards on that change of possession as the Bears unable to move the chains and then couldn't get the punt away. 2 straight punts where the snap has not been clean. Good snap that time. Barker just couldn't bring it in. So Johnson back to pass. Gets it away, and it's intercepted, and it's gone. This time, nobody's getting anywhere close to Evan Topham. He missed a pick 6 earlier. He's not missing it this time. Touchdown, Bears. Evan Topham read that perfectly. He caught that ball, and nobody was within 15 yards of him as he goes into the end zone. First touchdown of the season is an Evan Topham pick 6. He missed one earlier. He didn't miss it that time. Wow, what a defensive play. Ammon Topham goes 64 yards. It was from the 34, and he goes 64 yards untouched into the end zone. He's got some wheels behind him, and once he caught that ball, nobody was going to come even close. That was just like last time as the Bears go for 2. Caleb Wiscombe up the middle into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Wiscombe with the 2-point conversion, 3-yard carry, and it's now 12-8, just like that. After a bad snap, looks like it set the Cougars up in good field position. The Bears go get the pick 6. Topham redeems himself. He had a chance to do it in the first half. He did it that time. And just like in the first half, he had a blocker. There was no way the wide receiver, if that ball wouldn't have been caught by Topham, it might have been picked off by the other defender, who then created a screen so nobody was going to come close to Ammon. What a play. There's a highlight to start the season for you.
I like it.
And now the Bears just down by 4. Those penalties in the first half on the Cougars that cost them the extra point on the first possession, first touchdown, and then another penalty that cost them the chance for a 2-point conversion on the second touchdown are looming big. Instead of 14-8 right now, it's 12-8. Another touchdown puts the Bears up by 2. Defense came up big on the first possession. See what they can do on the second possession of the second half.
The Bears are feeling it now. Look at the spring in their step. Here we go.
That just changed. You could just feel the sidelines, the energy, the emotion in this stadium change. The Bears sideline a lot more excited, a lot more pumped up. The defense excited, headbutting each other out there. Put your helmets on first, boys. As Caden Wright set to kick off again. So the Bears get the pick 6 to start the scoring for their 2024 season. And officials get ready for play. Wright gets his left foot into it. It's short. It's going to take a Bear Lake bounce and finally be picked up at about the 16-yard line. And then good coverage. Only gets out to about the 30. Bears will take that. In high school football, if you can turn the possession over after a kickoff inside of the 30 or inside, I feel like that's a win in high school football. If you don't have a weapon like Bears had last year with Flake, who could put it in the end zone, that's not a bad result. So Caden Wright doing his job. Bears defense coming out again after the pick 6.
Let's do it again. I liked it.
He's got one. He almost had 2. Let's see if Topham. He's He's a safety back there. Can do it again.
He's a tall kid. He's ready.
Here's the snap, man in motion, and it's give on the sweep. Bears force it to the outside. Well read.
Great
tackle for a loss.
Good job by Keegan Salerno on that tackle.
And a loss of 3 on the play. The Bears read that perfectly.
Johnny on the spot.
And got to grab my roster. Who's number 50?
Number 50 out there is Tyson Smith.
Tyson forced that play to further outside than it was designed to go. He made the drive upfield, forced the running back to stay in the backfield, ends up a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Great play there for the Bears. Man in motion, and here's the pass play, and he gets it out to his receiver at the 30. He's tackled at about the 33. So it's going to be a pickup of about 5. Short gain. 3rd and 8. Gain of 5. Well defended. Man, it's just a little pass out into the wide receiver in the flats, and he tries to make men miss. Good play by the defense. That was a lot going on. There was a fake handoff, fake reverse handoff, and then the pass. Bears stayed home, defended it well. 3rd and long, looking to get off the field. 3 wide receivers to the near side again, 1 to the far side. Here's the snap. Johnson back to pass. Pressure coming. It's a screen pass, and it's incomplete. The receiver fell down.
Great pressure
Bears.
out there. Who is that? Putting pressure on the QB.
And
Can't get his number.
Wasn't going to go anywhere anyway because it was well read by Topham.
Carter Nelson again putting the pressure.
And the other Bear in defense was Keegan Salerno. Those two made sure that screen pass wasn't going to go anywhere, even if it would have been complete. The receiver fell to the ground. And another punt, 2 3-and-out situations, and a pick 6 on the 3 possessions for the Cougars. End over end punt. Anderson is going to let it roll dead this time smartly. No, he picks it up. It was touched by South Fremont, which makes it a live ball. And even if it's turned over, so that was a smart move by Anderson. Gained about 2 yards is all. It's a ball spotted at the 30. That's a play that a lot of people don't realize. Once the defense touches it, it's automatically going to be downed at that spot unless the offense advances it, but they cannot turn it over at that point. And if the defense doesn't securely hold the ball, they just touch it, it's a live ball still. Anderson picks it up, falls forward for about 2. But Bears have a chance to get right back in this football game. It's 12-8. They could take the lead if they can score on this possession. Thornton goes in motion. Back to pass. It's complete to Carlisle.
Oh,
well read.
Whoa, what a
He
hit.
is rocked for a loss of 3. The one guy that had a chance to get him got him, and that was Ricks. We've called his name a lot as a kicker, Kelton Ricks. Shed his blocker, got into the backfield, and rocked Riken Carlisle for a 4-yard loss on the pass completion. It was just a running back screen, and he was hit in the flats, and it brings up 2nd down and 14, 5:42. We're about halfway through the 3rd quarter. Tyken, I keep saying Riken. I'm sorry. Tyken Carlisle. Tyken Carlisle gets hit there, brings up 2nd and 14. Hume back to pass, whistles, and it's going to be a delay of game. Bears didn't quite get it off in time. 5-yard penalties, 2nd down and 19. Bears going the wrong way. They have all the momentum. Their defense has come out playing with some passion in the second half. But now, after a tackle for loss and then a delay of game, Bears behind the chains, 2nd and 19. So they got some work to do with 5:23 in the 3rd quarter to move the chains here. A USAVE Field 66 first down would be a great thing here as the Bears trailing 12-8 on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Hume has 2 running backs, 1 on each side of him. He's back to pass. Rolling, looking, gets it away deep. And Anderson in formation.
Oh, where's the PI on that?
And you can hear the fans.
Where's the PI on that? He was right in his face.
The only thing that there maybe can say is the guy turned around and got his hand up And the coaches want the PI, but they're not going to get it. And it was a great pass. Anderson had a chance, had it well defended.
That was a beautiful throw by Hume.
And it was deep. It was down to about the 40-yard line. But now 3rd and 19. So the Bears need a big play here, or they're going to end up punting it away. And the punts, the last two, have not gone well. The one just before the end of halftime was a snap that just rolled back towards the punter Barker. And the one here in the third quarter, it got to Barker, but then he dropped it, was not able to get the punt away. So Tyken Carlisle is in the backfield as the running back. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 3rd down and 19. Passes away to Carlisle. He catches it about the 20. He's not going to get much. In fact, a very short gain. They're going to give him a yard. It was wide receiver screen. Well, the little screen pass, not well blocked. He only gets a yard. 4th and long, punting situation for sure. Bears back inside their own 25-yard line, officially the 22. And looks like Anderson's going to be the punter now. Caden Anderson back to punt. Here's the snap. Gets it away. Low end-over-end kick. Very short, but it takes a Bear Lake bounce. It is going to go into South Fremont territory down to the 47. So it will be South Fremont football near midfield after the punt. The Bears, with a penalty and an incomplete pass, end up turning it over, forcing to punt it away, I should say. 3 and out. That's all we've had so far in this second half. 2 3 and outs by each team, and the pick 6 thrown by the Cougars to Ammon Topham for the Bears. And that's why we have a 4-point gain, 12-8. Here with 4:15 left in the third quarter. Johnson calls for the snap. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side. He's going to throw. Oh, wow. That was so close to another pick 6.
Through the hands of Wiscombe there.
No, that's a 10, number 10.
Nemikos.
Tony Nemikos almost had himself a pick 6. It just goes as an incompletion, but he was between the receiver and the quarterback. He read that perfectly. The Bears defense has, in this second half, is playing some inspired football. That was great play there by Nemikos to pass defended, pass breakup is I guess what you'd call it, but almost a pick 6 there. Johnson is going to hand it off. Nope, keep it, quarterback keeper. And he's just going to weave his way for about 5 yards. He goes inside Bear Lake territory to the 49, so give him 4 yards.
Wiscombe on the tackle there.
So it's just an option. He can either hand it off or keep it. Almost every play he's been forced to keep it because the Bears are hitting that running back on those plays, keeping them in the backfield. But you're still getting the
yeah, why aren't they running the clock?
Still getting some positive yardage, and the clock operator, Nate and the clock operator are brutal enemies because no time, they haven't started the clock since the punt. So there's still 4:10 left in the third quarter. Johnson back to pass, 3 wide receivers to the far side. He's going to go to his wide receiver on the near side. He's got it for a big gain inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line. So he's going to go from the 49 to the 31, give him 18. And just found a soft spot in the zone. That was number 2, Larson, and he just sat down in that soft spot in the zone after about 5 or 6 yards, and then he was able to make his way downfield. We're under 4 minutes now.
Wiscombe again on the tackle.
31-yard line is the ball, position of the ball. They started this drive at the 47. 2 wide receivers going, 3 wide receivers now going to the far side, 1 to the near side. Running back behind the quarterback, Johnson. Johnson's been their main runner. Edens, the running back, is behind him. Here's the snap. And he's just going to go for the quick hitter, fake that, and then he's going to go deep, man wide open, touchdown.
Wow.
So those pick 6s and near pick 6s bit the Bears in the backside there as he faked that same pass. The Bears bid on it. Wide receiver goes deep, and easy pitch and catch. He was wide open. Nobody within about 5 yards of him when they realized the ball was in the air, turned around, nothing the Bears could do about it. And just like that, it's back to a 2-possession game. As the Cougars will now attempt the extra point kick. It's Edens will be the kicker. Trying to go up by 11. They're up by 10. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It's up. It is good. So your score is now 19-8 after the long 31-yard touchdown catch by the South Fremont Cougars. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on the SVI Sports Network.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier. Online at bearlakedental.com or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Live coverage of Bears football continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Talk about a game of inches. The Bears nearly had another pick six that would have put them up. It falls to the ground, and a few plays later, the Cougars are in the end zone. Anderson now from the 11-yard line, out across the 20, across the 30. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. Near the 30-yard line, we'll see where they mark it with the mass of humanity down there on the sideline. It's hard to see the exact spot until they mark the chains. But a decent return. Bears out near the 30. Almost their worst starting field position, though. That one was a little bit better defended. So they mark it right at the 30. The nose on the 30. The Bears down by 11 at 19-8. Need to get some points on the board by the offense. The lone touchdown on the game has been Ammon Topham's pick six. Hume in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands off to Wiscombe. Wiscombe with the sweep. He's got a blocker, and he gets around the corner, is going to pick up about, they throw him forward. Let's see where they mark it officially. And they're going to give him about 5. They'll mark it right at the 35. So Wiscombe, they give him 6. They do give him the spot where they threw him down. So they give him 6 on the run by Caleb Wiscombe around the right side. So good pickup on first down, 2nd and 4.
Tyson Smith, the blocker.
Yeah, number 50 out there as the lead blocker. He did a good job pulling from his line position and got his body out in front of Wiscombe, broke that play. So 2 running backs, Wiscombe and I believe that is Nomikos are the 2 running backs. Here's the snap, back to throw, and goes over the top for Kason Warner. Well defended and too high for Warner. Falls incomplete. So 3rd down now and 4. It's still a makeable position. I'm not sure if you're in 4-down territory, although the punts haven't gone well for the Bears the last few times. So maybe you are already in 4-down territory when you're down by 2 scores in the second half. This is going to be a game that if the Bears don't come back and win it, they're going to look at the what-ifs. They've had several opportunities, and so they're going to look at the what-ifs. So here we go, 3rd and 4. 2 wide receivers to either side. Birch and Anderson on the near side. Anderton and Wiscombe on the far side. Man in motion is Wiscombe. Fake to him. Back to pass is Hume. Gets out of one tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's in the open field. He's across the 40. 45, 50.
Great block by
40, 30, 20. Inside the 15. Before he's finally run down. What a play. Broken play. Jack Hume takes it way downfield.
Broxton Birch with a big block out there to give him that extra 10, 15 yards.
Down inside of the 15-yard line. Birch was the receiver over there. He just started pushing his man back as soon as he realized it was a broken play. And that was a great play by that started clear about the 35-yard line, and it goes clear down to the 13-yard line. So what is that? 35, 15. 40, 52-yard run. 52-yard run by Jack Hume. Bears are in business, 1st down and 10 inside the blue zone. And Jacobson Mountaineer, our blue zone sponsor. Hume back to pass and low, and are they going? No, they're going to say incomplete. South Fremont said they picked it off, Both officials from both sides say, nope, hit the ground first, incomplete, second down. That could have been a game changer right there. As Bears in the Jacobson Mountain Air blue zone for the second time in the game. They could not convert their first opportunity. Here they are on their second opportunity and looking at second down and 10, ball at the 13 after the 52-yard run, if I do my math right, by Jack Hume. On a broken play, he was looking to pass it, couldn't get the pass away, but broke into the open field, used his speed, and if it wasn't for the fact that a couple of the defenders were back deep in pass coverage, he could have gone. Did a good job to get in the 13, inside the 15 to the 13. Hume is going to quarterback keeper right up the middle. Touchdown, Bears! Sophomore Jack Hume, 13 yards to pay dirt. Bears are in business. Second touchdown of the second half for Bear Lake. Hume with that run, that option, he puts in the belly of his running back, decides to keep it himself just like Johnson has done for the Cougars several times. And this time he just ran right up the middle. What a hole created by that offensive line. Bears are back in business, trailing just by 5. They'll go for 2 to kind of try to cut it to 3. And Bears chipping away. So Hume will go under center. And it's going to be incomplete, but there was a pass. Bears were very confused. They didn't have enough players on the field. It passes incomplete, so I'm sure the penalty will be declined. It's just a 5-point game, though. Bears will kick off after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Live coverage of Bears football continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Caden Wright set to kick off for the Bears after sophomore Jack Hume, the quarterback, gets his first touchdown as a Bear Lake Bears varsity player, courtesy of his feet. He ran 13 yards right at the middle, untouched into the end zone to make this a one-score game, 19-14. Wright set to kick off. Gets his left foot into it, deep, end over end, taken about the 22-yard line by one of the upbacks, and he's going to hit a couple guys, break free, get clear out near the 45. So good return. Didn't catch the number. He was one of the upbacks, so it wasn't somebody I was looking for catching the ball. And they're going to mark it officially at the 44-yard line. So great starting field position for South Fremont. Bears defense has a pick six, a forced punt, and a touchdown given up here in the second half. So that big touchdown play on the fake wide receiver screen, they went deep instead. The touchdown on the last possession. Johnson, the quarterback, in pistol. He's got his running back behind him, 3 wide receivers to the near side this time. And handoff is to the running back, and Tyken Carlisle is going to hit him first, a gain of 4 on the play. Maybe just make it 3. They gave him just 3. Out across the 45 to the 47-yard line, so gain of 3 on the play. Carlisle hit him at the point of attack, was able to drag him down. Good defensive play there, short gain. Those plays in the first half are going for a little bit bigger yardage. Bears have cleaned up the defense in the second half other than the one drive. But it was only a 53-yard drive as they started with good field position. Johnson, again, high snap, brings it down, back to pass, rolling to his left, rolling, gets it away high and incomplete. Great effort there by the receiver. Good pressure by the Bears to force that pass to be a little bit high. Would have been a first down inside the 40. Instead, it falls incomplete. And now the 3rd and long coming up again for the South Fremont Cougars. The Bears have forced several of these in the game, looking to get off the field. Bears have momentum. They're only down by by less than a touchdown, 5 points, 19-14. As they've converted on one of their 2-point conversion attempts, and the South Fremont converted on one of their extra point attempts. So now Johnson alone in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to either side, back to pass, got plenty of time, now some pressure coming, passes away and caught for the first down. He needed 7, he got 9, inside the Bears territory to the 44-yard line, 9-yard. Great catch. That was Edens, the running back that was out as a wide receiver that time. Went up high, brought it down, came down, stumbled to the ground, but kept his possession of the football. That's one of those that it's hard to come down with it. And he did. Moves the chains. Inside Bears territory to the 44. Now back to their standard 3 wide receivers to one side, 1 to the near side. And the running back Edens back behind the quarterback Johnson. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper. He's going to go on the sweep, and he's going to pick up big yardage, still on his feet, and finally a big hit delivered down there. That's number 4, Keegan Salerno, making the big hit, but it's a gain of 10. They give him exactly 10. And that quarterback option has worked well for both teams, and it's working when the quarterback keeps the football, because both teams are doing a good job of getting the running back to the ground in the backfield as the quarterback pulls the ball out of the belly and bounces to the outside, that time for Johnson for a pickup of 10. So now down inside the 35 to the 34, 1st and 10. High snap, he brings it down, handoff right up the middle. Carlisle in on the tackle along with Warner. It's a pickup of 2. That time, he's lucky he handed it off because he was getting swarmed on the high snap. And Johnson, the quarterback, walking a little bit slower over to the coach right now as he's getting hit pretty hard out there by the Bears. They're moving the ball, though. 2nd down and 8. Ball inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, your score 19 for South Fremont, 14 for your Bear Lake Bears. We'll come back with the deciding 4th quarter right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Time to go back to the field with more live coverage of Bears football on the SVI Sports Network.
Johnson back to pass as we start the 4th quarter. Rolling out, being hit by Warner. It's fumbled, recovered by Warner. Do they rule it a pass or a fumble? It's a fumble. Bears recover. And Kaysen Warner forces the fumble, gets the fumble recovery. Bears force the turnover to start the 4th quarter. In that 3rd quarter, the Bears had an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown right there. It was the defense that saves the day. Warner forced the fumble of the quarterback Johnson as he was rolling to his right, trying to throw with his left. Warner forces the fumble. Warner recovers the fumble. Bears in business, 19-14 as we start 4th quarter action. Hume, the quarterback, has running backs to either hip in pistol formation. One wide receiver to the far side, two to the near side. Anderson goes in motion, false start. And the couple of the Bear Lake Bears, I'm not sure if it was a center that was slow on the snap count or just a little bit anxious to get going after the turnover. But the Bears, two different Bear Lake Bears false started on that one. So it makes it first down and 15. Ball moves back inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. So turnovers. Bears have forced 3. A pick 6, an interception that stopped a potential scoring opportunity at the end of the first half. And now, as the Cougars were driving, they were hoping for what could have been the game-clinching touchdown. Bears forced the turnover, and now the Bears have the ball. First and 15, though, inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. This time, just one running back. That's Carlisle off the left hip of the quarterback, Hume. He's back to pass. He's got time. He gets it away, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Thornton, tried to cut off his route and come back to the ball. Well, cut inside to get to that ball. Couldn't quite get to it. Falls incomplete. And Hume was under pressure. He got hit as he released on that one. Second down now and 15. Bears need a conversion here. Take advantage of the opportunity that turnover gave them to get themselves back in the lead for the first time if they're able to score. Right now they're just looking to move the chains on 2nd and 15. Ball at the 34-yard line, their own 34-yard line. Hume is going to have Carlisle as the running back. The near side receiver is all alone. That's Anderson. Trips right now. Man in motion. That's Thornton. It's a pass actually to Anderton, not to Thornton. Anderson's going to pick up about 3 before he's forced out of bounds. He'll bring up 3rd down and 12. So a short pickup. It's just a screen. Anderton goes in motion and just catches the ball out in the flat, trying to use his momentum and the blocker downfield. Does pick up some positive yardage out across the 35 to the 37, so pick up a 3, 3rd down and 12. The punting has been an adventure. First couple punts by Barker were good, then a bad snap, a fumbled snap, and then Anderson came in to replace Barker as punter and got off only about a 15 to 20-yard punt. So punting has been an adventure for the Bears. As Hume brings the play in from the sideline, it's going to be Thornton, Birch, and Anderson to the near side. Anderton all alone to the far side. Running back is Carlisle. Back to pass. Steps up, gets it away, and
ooh, that was
both wide receivers just watched the ball. I think they both thought it was for the other guy.
Yeah.
Neither one of them made an attempt to catch, and it was nearly picked off.
Yep.
Both Birch and Anderson, the ball was kind of in between both of them. Both of them looked at it like that's going for the other guy. Neither one of them made an attempt to catch the ball, and it was nearly picked. So a mix-up, and it would have been a difficult catch for either one of them. I'm not saying it would be easy. Here's the snap for the punt. Anderson gets away, a much better punt this time, and it's going to be fielded. And a great tackle in the open field by Birch. Down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Broxton Birch down there to make the special teams tackle. And the couple of Cougars coming up limping a little bit. That's number 7, Hudson Miller, the returner. He's the one that almost had the interception. He's the one that just fielded that punt. He's moving a little slow. Good tackle there. And decent punt. Decent change of position for the Bear Lake Bears. Down by 5, 19 to 14. Johnson. Will be back to in pistol formation. Here's the snap. And it's a reverse, and it's read well by the Bears. He's still on his feet, but he's going to lose quite a bit of yardage. Back inside the 30 to the 29. That was a very slow developing play. Read well by the Bears. Smith was in there. Salerno was in there. Salerno was the one that eventually made the tackle, but Smith forced him to dance around in the backfield long enough that he could get his compatriots back there to help him make the tackle. Loss of 4.
A whole slew of Bears. on him.
So the Bears defense gave up the touchdown on the one drive. But other than that, the Bears defense has been swarming in the second half. 2 wide receivers to either side this time. Man in motion now to the far side, and it's going to be a illegal shift.
Yep.
Before the snap. Dead ball, false start. So they call it a false start. A 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 19. The Cougars go in the wrong direction. And that's good news for the Bears. Now the Cougars behind the chains, 2nd down and 19. Bears here early in the fourth quarter, looking to get the Cougars off the field, get the ball back, and potentially go ahead in this game. 2nd and 19. Johnson's got 2 wide receivers to either side. Let's see if they send the man in motion and run the same play they had planned. Yep, they do. Same motion. Here's the snap, a little bit high. He brings it down. It's going to be the screen pass. It's well played that time, and it's Edens, the running back. He's going to get out to the 39. That was a huge play by the Bears to stop that from being a much bigger play. When he threw that screen pass, Edens caught it. There wasn't a man within 5 yards of him in any direction. He gets out to the 39, so pick up. They needed 19 for the first down. They got 13 of it, so it's 3rd and 6. Big play there by South Fremont, but a big play for both teams coming up here early in the fourth quarter.
Another big tackle for Keegan Salerno.
Bears looking to get off the field. Cougars looking to keep the ball. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Here's the snap. Back to pass. He's rolling. Still on his feet. And caught and out of bounds. First down. Near midfield. Going to be about a 10-yard pitch and catch. That is Larson. We called his name a lot. Miller called his name a lot in this second half. In this fourth quarter. Johnson kept himself alive. Warner was in pursuit but could not make the play. And a big gain there for the Cougars to keep the possession, keep the ball moving here early in the fourth. Nearing midfield, 48-yard line, 1st and 10. 9:40 left in this football game. Man goes in motion. Here's the snap. Quarterback option, he's going to go off the right side, well blocked. And he's going to pick up 9 yards, maybe even 10. We'll see where they spot it. Big hit at the end. Whole swarm of Bears pull him down, but it is a first down. 10-yard gain for the quarterback Johnson. It's another first down for South Fremont. As they move the ball into Bears territory, they'll mark it at the 42. He needed 10, he got 10. And now the Cougars keeping the ball in the hands of their quarterback, their big 235-pound quarterback, Johnson. A lot of those quarterback option plays where he just keeps it. And the whole momentum of the line goes one way. He goes the other way into the empty field created. Here's the snap. It's high one. He pulls it down, gives it to his running back, Edens. He's going to be stopped for a loss.
Great play by the Bears.
Kaysen Warner in on that tackle, along with Logan Keach, I believe, getting up off the bottom of the pile. Loss of just a yard is all. His forward momentum got him back near the line of scrimmage before the Bears swarmed him under. But again, a tackle for loss. The Bears have done that. If they can just sustain a couple more plays in a row and keep the Cougars moving the wrong direction. Here we go. 2 running backs now behind the quarterback Johnson in the backfield. Just 1 wide receiver to either side. And a high snap, back to pass. They just kept the man in protection. It's nearly intercepted. Again, Anderson had a chance. Bears put the pressure on. Let's see, that was number 24. It's the first time we called his name.
Clayton Eborn.
Clayton Eborn putting the pressure on the quarterback that time, forcing the early pass. It goes over the head of the receiver. In fact, Anderson didn't really come close to picking up, but he was closer to that ball than the wide receiver. He had a better opportunity than I think the receiver did on that one.
Agreed.
3rd and 11 facing the Cougars. Probably 4-down territory because they're inside Bear Lake territory, but you'd like, if you're South Fremont, to pick up 5 or 6 yards at least here to make this 4th down easier. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Johnson alone in the backfield. He's back to pass. He's got time. He's going deep. It is incomplete.
Picked. Oh, so close.
Anderson had a way better chance at that than did the wide receiver. That ball was well underthrown. Anderson was there. Good play. And the wide receiver actually did a good job to play defensive back and keep Anderson from being able to get a really clean chance at that ball. And it looks like they are going to punt it away.
Yep.
Edens looking to pin the Bears deep. Bears aren't falling for it. Now they do send Anderson back. Then they say, nope, come up in coverage. Let him punt. He gets it away. Deep spiral. And that's going to go into the end zone. Great result for Bear Lake. Touchback. Barely. Looked like it was going to bounce through maybe in the end zone, but then it took a good hop for South Fremont. Died just inside the goal line for the touchback. Bears will have the ball at the 20. So the Bears come up big after South Fremont pushed the ball into Bear Lake territory. The Bears get the stop, force the punt, have the opportunity. Again, only down by 5. Plenty of time left in the ball game. 8:06 left in the clock. Bears offense have been effective at times. Need to sustain a drive right here. So 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Back to pass. Actually, no, it's a handoff to Namikos, and he's going to just burst through the line, pick up positive yardage out across the 25, to the 27. Gain of 7. Tony Namikos running effectively. 2nd and short for the Bears. And that was kind of a draw play. Let the play develop a little bit. Hand it off right up the middle to Namikos for a good pickup. Now 2 wide receivers to the near side. 2 running backs in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to the far side. Right in at wide receiver now. And it's a sweep to Wiscombe. He's going to follow his blockers. He's across the 40.
Block.
Inside and across the 50. Still on his feet to the 48. Dragging tacklers. Caleb Wiscombe. He was hit about the 40. He goes 12 yards after contact into South Fremont territory. Well blocked. Caden Wright, the lead blocker on that play. Kaysen Warner out there too. The Bears in business. Peyton Bruce makes a big block
out there.
And Wiscombe goes from the 27-yard line. He goes 25 yards inside of South Fremont territory to the 48. What a run. What a well-blocked run. He ran with power at the end. Anderton, the near side receiver. Back to pass. Swing pass out to D'Amicos. He's got it across the 50. Nice block. He's inside the 40. Do they call the flag? 2 flags. They're going to call it an illegal block.
Wow, man.
And it's coming back.
That one was on Thornton, but man, it was Warner.
It's Warner with the block. The D'Amicos goes inside the 35. But we're seeing the result of why that block is illegal.
He's injured.
That player is injured, and that's why that blindside block is illegal. Instead of a big gain.
Namikos also coming off the field injured.
He's looks like he's maybe got a dead shoulder. He's dragging that one arm. Don't want to laugh. But I'm laughing because you should have seen the coach hug Namikos.
He grabbed him
as he came to the sideline.
All right.
And the player now up on his feet. That injured player for the South Fremont Cougars was number 50.
It's either a shoulder or a stinger.
And that was a heck of a play. And Warner made a great block. If he just stands there and lets the guy run into him, it's legal. But he did hit him. It is the correct call. I'm not even going to complain about that one. 15-yard penalty for the illegal block. So instead of the Bears being down to about the 30-yard line with a 1st down and 10, they're looking at 1st down and 25 as that one came back. Good play. Yeah. Well executed in every way except for we're lacking a running back. Only 10 men out there. It's a quick hitter to Warner. And the Bears lucky. They gain 5 yards. They'll give him 4. Because Namikos came off injured, a running back did not come on the field. Bears ran that play with 10.
I think they missed it.
Yeah, he only had 10 men out there. They gained 4 yards. The Bears will take that. It brings up 2nd down and long still, 2nd down and 21.
Carlisle now out there to take his place. Namikos on the bench. They took his helmet away.
He's getting a drink, trying to catch his breath. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah.
And Bears lucky to get a positive result there. 2nd down and 21. 6:10 left on the clock. Plenty of time in the game. Bears trail by 5, 19-14. Back to pass. He fumbles the snap. Gets up, but his knee was on the ground when he picked up the ball. So Hume start backing away to get his depth there to make the pass, and he backed away before he caught the ball. And he fumbled it, so he had to go down on one knee to pick it up. And it counts as I guess you'd call it a sack. Third down and, what's that way, Du Bois?
Yeah.
It's over 20. It's over 30, almost 30 yards. 10, yeah, it's third down and 30-ish, close to it. The scoreboard says, so third down and very, very long. Bears need to pick up some big chunk yardage here. They're going to be forced to punt it away. Hume back to pass. Looking. He's got time. He's going to go deep. He's got his man there. Anderson wide open. Touchdown Bears! Touchdown Bears! Austin Anderson! What a play! What a catch! Touchdown Bears!
That is the most beautiful throw. It was on the money.
The defensive back turned around to look for the ball. Anderson kept running. And as soon as he caught it, no way was he going to be touched.
Oh,
wow. On third down and 30, the Bears go over 70 yards. I don't remember the exact line of scrimmage.
17. Okay, he was at on the 33. So
67 yards. Wow, what a play. Austin Anderson gets the touchdown. Bears going for the 2-point conversion. They're up for the first time in the game, 20-19, trying to extend the lead.
Hume with the throw.
What a play. And Hume going to have to run it on a broken play. Is he going to get it? No, he won't. But the Bears still lead it by 1, 20-19. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
You're watching Bear Lake Football on the SVI Sports Network.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being... Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Bears were in the lead for 14 seconds after the Austin Anderson 67-yard touchdown catch, but the 88-yard kickoff return for Edens for the Cougars put them back in the lead. Here's the kickoff. Bears still have a chance. Plenty of time left. Nearly 5 minutes left. Squib kick. Anderson's going to take it down at about the 15-yard line, come to the near side. He's got the 25. He's got the 30. He's got the 35. He's going to be hit out of bounds. Out near the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down at about, and then flag flies. I don't know if that's South Fremont or Bear Lake that's going to get that, because there were two Cougars on the Bear Lake sideline when the flag went high in the air. The ball's going to be marked at the 37, but that's going to be a 15-yard penalty one way or the other. Let's see who it's on. I didn't see anything that would have caused it.
Too much congestion down there. Too many people.
It looks like it's going on South Fremont. They're going to add 15 yards to the end of this run. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. So the Bears are going to get the ball in South Fremont territory. That is a big penalty. The Bears get the ball at the Cougar 48-yard line. So a decent return there by Anderson. You add 15 yards to the end of the run because one of the South Fremont Cougars either said something or did something. I couldn't see it because of all the players going on. But Bears 4:45 left. Option play goes to Wiscombe. He makes a man miss. No, that was Namikos. Made a one-man miss. Then fumbles it out of bounds, but it's going to be a gain of 2 still. And Namikos a little frustrated there because he had the ball knocked away from him. Ball goes down to the 46-yard line. Gain of just 2. 4:26 left in the game. Second down and 8. And the ball was fumbled out of bounds, so it stops the clock. And now a timeout on the field. I think the Bear Lake Bears taking a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction, because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Here's Jared and Lisa and the SVI Sports crew with more live coverage of Bears football.
Hume has got 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Anderton on second down and 8. Back to pass. He gets it to Birch. Birch makes the catch, but he's hit immediately and dropped for a loss. Loss of 4 on the play. Back right to midfield. There was only one guy out there that could make the tackle, and he did. Thornton was the blocker. Could not secure the block. Birch gets tackled for a 4-yard loss. Brings up 3rd and 12. Bears definitely in 4-down territory with only 4 minutes left in the game and the clock running. You know they're going to keep the ball here. Unless there's a big loss on 3rd down, you'd think the Bears are going to go for it here. They've got 2 timeouts left is all. As play comes in from the sideline from Hume. Sends the team to the line of scrimmage. Anderton, the near side receiver. Wiscombe, Anderson, and Birch to the far side. Now Wiscombe in motion to the near side. Back to pass.
Illegal motion.
Timeout. I think the Bears thought they were going to get a delay a game. Timeout called just before the snap.
Penalty.
I don't know. That puts them down to 1 timeout left.
Oh.
There's 3:33 left on the clock. 1 timeout. You're down by 5. A touchdown gives you the lead no matter what. You don't need the conversion. And so special teams has done their job enough to keep the Bears in the game. We're late in the 4th quarter. Now you're down to 1 timeout. That's one that I don't know. I almost take the penalty there, and I don't know that they would have got the penalty. But maybe the coach just figured, hey, we're in a rush. Let's settle down. Make sure we run this play right. Let's get the 1st down or at least get a big gain here. So 4th down is easier. And this is, by calling that timeout, though, you put a lot on this play because if you don't get the 1st down in the next 2 plays, the game may be over. South Fremont may be able to just run clock out.
Right.
So that's why that's big. Ball right at midfield, far side hash. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Carlisle, the running back, next to the quarterback. Hume. Anderton, the near side receiver. Here's the snap. Give us to Carlisle right up the middle, and he catches him off guard. Enough for a 5-yard gain. Could have been a little bit bigger gain. A nice tackle there. Carlisle does pick up positive yardage. Now 4th and 6. 4th and 6. Clock ticking. We're going to be down under 3 minutes before the Bears get this snap off. Hume still on the sideline. Big play. By calling that timeout, everything rests on this play. The Bears probably don't get the ball back if they don't convert right here. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Anderton all alone to the near side. Carlisle in the backfield next to Hume. Here's the snap. Back to pass. He's going to get it away. It's going to go nowhere. Lose yardage. Screen pass, well defended. Bears turn the ball over on downs, and that could be it as we're under 3 minutes, 2:37. Bears only have 1 timeout. They can only stop the ball once. Stop the clock once. So with an opportunity, they got the ball at the 48, and after 3 plays, they turn it over on downs at the 46. Only gained 2 yards on the possession. This is going to be a game of what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
What ifs. So close to some big plays. Bears down by 5. They can stop the clock 1 time. So I'd expect South Fremont to keep the ball on the ground. Johnson, the quarterback. Running back is Edens. Here's the snap. And he gives it right up to Edens, who's going to lose a yard. Logan Keach in there with Caleb Wiscombe to make the tackle. 1 yard loss.
Chris Pratt in on that tackle.
Oh, Chris Pratt, not Pratt, not Keach on that one. They're going to give him a 2 yard loss. So 2nd and 12. South Fremont, no hurry. Clock at 2:15. It'll go under 2 minutes before the snap. If Bears get a big stop here and maybe even force them to lose some yardage, do you take timeout after 2nd down or after 3rd down? I don't know. If you lose yardage here, I think you take it after 2nd down because they might be in a passing situation. A 1st down ends the game because then they could kneel it out. Johnson sends a man in motion. And it's a quarterback keeper, and he's sacked by Casey Warner.
It's Thornton.
Thornton, number 3, not number 7. Bears take timeout. 1:42 left on the clock. They mark his forward progress at the 37-yard line, but still a big loss. It's 3rd. And let's see, let me do some math. They got to go 13 yards to get to midfield.
-7.
It'll be 3rd down and 20. Ball's got to go to the 44-yard line of Bear Lake. 3rd down and very long, possibly a passing situation. If you are South Fremont, what do you value more right here? A 1st down ends the game, but an incompletion stops the clock. So they could run it, take time off the clock, run it clear down to about a minute before they punt it away, or they could pass it, try to get the 1st down, and if they don't get that 1st down, they stop the clock and give the Bears an opportunity. We'll see. Trayson Thornton comes in, gets the quarterback sack. I'm not sure if it was a designed run or if it was going to be a pass play, but it goes down as a sack either way. And on 3rd down and 20.
They didn't give him a loss?
They did. They just forward progress where he first got hit, not clear back at the final spot. So 3rd and 20, man in motion. Here's the snap. They are going to throw it. It's the screen pass. It's well read by the Bears this time. It's not going to pick up the 1st down. Nowhere close to the 1st down. Out to the 42. It'll be 4th and 14. Kason Warner and Caleb Wiscombe read that one. And it was a pickup of about 5. And South Fremont does keep the clock running. They'll be able to run this one down to just about a minute left before they punt it away. Or do you risk everything and go for it? Hope Johnson just take his helmet off. They're definitely punting away. He went to the sideline like he was maybe getting the play. And I think it looks like they're going to run the clock down to just before the delay of game and then call the timeout so they can run every possible second off this clock. And it's going to be right around a minute. Anderson will be back near his own 20 and at 1:03 officially. And we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the final 1:03 right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier. Online at bearlakedental.com or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Karen and Lisa and live coverage of Bear Lake football.
Here we go, 4th down and long. And whistles prior to the punt. And let's see what they're going to call.
They're going to call a false start.
False start, 5-yard penalty. That's a good thing for field position for the Bear Lake Bears. 4th down now and 19. I think the Bears are going for a block here. That's what they'd love. Anderson's going to have a chance for a return, though, as he's back near the his own 30. We've seen stranger things happen. 1:03 left on the clock. And Edens, they're going to put a second back on the clock because they did take a second off, and it shouldn't have because it was a dead ball penalty. So they put the second back up there. Now here comes the punt attempt as they whistle ready for play. And it's a high snap. He is blocked! It's blocked! Bears blocking! Carter picks it up! He's down the sideline, and the Bears will have the football inside the 25-yard line! Kick is blocked. Carlisle picks it up, returns it inside the 25. Bears in business. 55.6 seconds left. Bears have the ball. 1st and 10 just outside the blue zone. Bears went for the block on the first one that was whistled dead for the false start. They get the block on the second attempt. Bears football. You got to be excited. Bears have the ball. They march it right at the 25. 1st and 10. 55 seconds left. Bears, a touchdown. Gives them the lead. Man in motion is Wiscombe. Back to pass. And he gets it to Anderton. Anderton down inside the 15. Oh, no, they're going to say incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. It looked like he had it and was thrown down. They rule it incomplete. He must have never had complete control. The ball hits the ground, stops the clock. 2nd and 10, ball at the 25, 51 seconds. Only 4 seconds went off the clock on the quick hitter. It was a good, well-designed play. Anderton just couldn't bring it in. Would have picked up the first down. Clock stops with first downs. Bears don't have any timeouts. So if they do get tackled in the field of play, they got to hustle. So Namikos and Wiscombe, the running backs. Anderson split far out to this near side. Back to pass.
There
Going
it is.
deep.
It's long.
And it's incomplete. He kind of lost his grip. I think he might have hit his hand. He's holding his hand.
Uh-oh.
Hume shaking his hand as he comes off the field to get the play call. Not good. That one was kind of a wounded duck. You could tell something was wrong as soon as it came out of his hand. And lucky that one fell incomplete near the goal line. An interception would have ended the game there. Instead, it's just 3rd and 10. Hume getting the play from Coach Reynolds, hustling back on the field. Ball at the 25-yard line. 3rd down and 10. It's 4-down territory. You got 2 downs to pick up the first down. 45 seconds on the clock. You're not giving the ball up here for any reason. So Hume has got 2 wide receivers to either side. Namiko's in the backfield next to him. And he fumbles the snap, picks it up. He's going to run, and he's going to get tackled for a loss. Hume, again, he backs up as he takes the snap. You don't have a timeout, Coach, so they're going to call play. Clock is ticking down under 30 seconds. Bears line up, 4th down. Here's the game. Game on the line right here. Hume back to pass. He's got time. He lets it go. And it's intercepted. Game over. Just out of the reach of Anderson.
Dang.
And ball is intercepted. The South Fremont Cougars are going to hold on for the victory.
Darn it.
With 13 seconds left, they can assume victory formation. It was just out of the reach of Anderson. I think Anderson, he kind of waved his hands in the air like, hey, I got held coming out of my break. I didn't see that happen, but he did wave his hands in the air like he was frustrated. And the South Fremont Cougars are going to survive. Bears put forth a valiant effort, but the turnover at the goal line, and he runs out to the 10, then just smartly falls down, the defender does, to preserve the game. And that will end it. South Fremont will just take 1 snap. They'll kneel it out. The Bears came up here and played a good football game. They're going to have a lot of what-ifs to look at, but also a lot of good things to build on, as South Fremont will take the last snap, and then we'll do a post-game wrap-up. As the Bears are going to fall short and lose this one 25-20. They'll come right back up here this direction to North Fremont next weekend to take on the Huskies. As Bear Lake starts the season now 0-1. What an exciting football game.
Yeah, that was fun.
Second half, the Bears won the second half 20-13, but fall short as they trailed at halftime 12-0. The Cougars celebrate the home victory to start their season. The Bears walk off the field disappointed. The kickoff return for touchdown was the difference in the game.
Yep.
And the other what ifs. Bear Lake dropped 2 interceptions on the night. Both of them ended up two or three plays later in South Fremont touchdowns.
Yep.
And one of those would have been a pick 6, so that was a 12-point swing right there. And that's the difference in the game. But the Bears still played well. They still can hold their head up high coming off the field after playing a good game with all the new things that went on. A lot of young players out there, a lot of what-ifs, but a good football game to start the season for the Bear Lake Bears. They showed that they have potential this year for sure. So we'll do a quick wrap up of the stats. We'll be back on the air next Friday night with North Fremont as the Bears will take on the Huskies. These Cougars will travel to Marsh Valley next week and take on the Eagles. So we're going to know pretty quickly where Marsh Valley is because they've got to then take on these same Cougars next week. Mm-hmm. Lisa, give us the stats you got.
So again, I didn't do rushing versus passing, but in the third quarter, so remember in the first half total, we had 120 yards total in the first half. In the second half, so in the third quarter, Bears picked up 127 yards. In the fourth quarter, the Bears picked up 110 yards for 237 yards in the second half.
237 yards.
Yeah, so total yards on the game, I have them for 364 positive yards.
And a big pass and catch by Anderton for a touchdown.
You had the 64-yard pass catch. 67-yard, with Anderton.
And then the big run on the third and forever from Hume.
You had the interception, 64-yard interception run from Topham in the third quarter. So, yeah, some big plays. Hume had some big plays, some beautiful passes. We're seeing some positive things right off the bat.
A lot of good things to build on, especially with the young team. The Bears are going to go home disappointed in the loss, but with a lot of positives from this, a lot of good things to build on, and a lot of work to do. North Fremont, no pushover.
Yeah.
Next week, especially in Ashton. It's a tough place to play. The Bears got a long week ahead of them to get prepared. And so
I love big blocks, and we saw some big blocks tonight.
Some good blocking, some big hitting.
Yeah, loving it.
A lot of good things. We didn't know what to expect, and we know we got some exciting football ahead of us. The Bears played well.
Yep.
25-20 your final score. 12-0 at halftime. The second half got a lot more exciting. The Bears put up 20 points. And had their opportunity, had the lead for about 14 seconds.
Yep.
In a football game, you want to lead for more than 14 seconds, but but taking the lead after trailing 12-0 at halftime was a huge accomplishment for the Bears. They fought their way back in, and overall, great effort. Something to be proud of.
Yep, fun game.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here. For Nate, our awesome producer, Ray Henry, our incredible cameraman. This is
Lisa Hillier
and Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.